Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, hello, hello, hello. Odd day streaming on a Wednesday, but you know what? Hey, I gotta make up for yesterday. I was slumped. I was sleeping midstream on a lot of my things. I gotta make that up. So, here we are. Blime. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Hope you're having a good one so far. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to a Wednesday stream. We usually ain't doing the Wednesday stream, but you know what? Here we are. Hope you're having a good one so far. Turn that down just a little bit. But yeah, we here on a Wednesday. This is crazy, streaming on a Wednesday. But you know what? We gotta get today. We gotta get the floating record done today. So that way we're set up for really good for Thursday, or for tomorrow actually. We're starting chapter 31. Should be very interesting. Hopefully we can get it done today and get ready to go for 31 in the main story as well. I ate very light today, so that way I don't really feel, what the hell is it called? No, not overfed. Sluggish. I don't feel sluggish and groggy, because I think that's what it was yesterday as well. I was very groggy because I ate a lot of food for the family dinner, and I think that's what made me also really slumped. So after the gym, I didn't eat much. All I had was a scoop of ice cream. Not really healthy, but you know, I gotta get something in me. But I had a little bit of ice cream. Drinking water. I didn't eat. I'm gonna eat when I'm done streaming. So I'm gonna be able to not fall asleep as quickly as much this time. So don't worry, I'm good. I learned. So popping fault with honor. Ooh, oh gosh, inheritor. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hope you're doing well. We haven't talked a little bit. I gotta get on you and talk to you about the visual novels on the Discord server, because I know you've been reading some. So we got to get back on that daily talk on visual novels, because I do enjoy those visual novel talks. They're very interesting. But anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, again, a Wednesday stream, and hopefully we were able to finish the floating record today. But like I said, you don't look tired like yesterday. I would just say yesterday was a rough one. Like I said, I ate a lot of food. My first time going back to the gym, so all that combined, it was not a recipe for success. But you know what? I had to get some progress in. I got a little bit in. I remember vividly what happened here. I do remember a little bit. Was basically Wan Chi was on a mission. He was with Short Halt. They got ambushed. We were trying to save some kids. We got ambushed again, and that was basically what all happened that I can remember. But anyhow, I got water in me. I'm gonna stretch if I need to, but like I said, I ate light when I got home, so I should not be as tired before. We're gonna see though, for sure. And we already got a kick bot already on the stream, which is crazy work. They're moving with efficiency right now. But anyhow, I don't want to waste any more time. I want to get right on into this and get this chapter done, so that way we are set up for tomorrow to do 31. All right, that is my goal. I want to do chapter 31 tomorrow and get started on that. I'm super excited to get back into the main story. We've been doing the floating record for a minute now, which I don't mind. It's very interesting. But I'm just ready to get to 31. I'm ready to see the hype behind that chapter, with Lucia being the main spotlight into it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to waste any more time. We are on episode 20, The Long Goodbye. We unmute the game, and here we go. Episode 20, The Long Goodbye. I don't know if that's Italian or Spanish. We're going to find out. All right, here we go. Now, many years ago. Okay. The bullet pierces... Whoa, hold on. The memory data pierces through Wan Chi's body. Blood spatters... What the... Vital fluid splatters everywhere. This is interesting. New readings. In the midst of a brutal defensive battle, the military medic drops his smoking sniper rifle and collapses among the ruins. In the abandoned research facility, massive waves of turbulence surge through the depths of the construct's mind as overwhelming streams of memory data tear his consciousness apart. Wan Chi is dead. All of them. Okay. Wan Chi drifts into the void just as the ending of Project Recall. Mostly Otame. Oh, I didn't read this part. Mostly Otame ones. Is that Otame? Oh, correct me if I'm wrong. Those are they romance? Are they romance or no? I don't remember. Here we go. Sorry, I failed again. Wan Chi walks into the hospital room and sees a tiny body on the bed equipped with a horrifying amount of devices. He knows that this is himself lying there, but he still finds it impossible to sit and watch as a mere bystander. The simulated mind is still not stable enough. Far from enough. How can I save you? He watches as Wan Chi pleadingly reaches out a finger, but the unconscious child shows no response. You used to hold on to me. You used to smile at us. You had already learned to smile. Though always composed and calm in public, now her despair overflows, seeping through the entire hospital room. What if I give you a real mind? She clutches the terminal that can contact the place of hope. A straight light flickering in her eyes, not entirely one of hope. Don't go. They're all innocent orphans. You must stop this. It's all for Wan Chi. Everything I do is for him. He knows this is their final moment. Wan Chi had bid farewell to him. His despair materializes into rivers flowing through his life in chronological order. Wan Chi watches the river flow from a tap as an irritated woman clumsily washes the kitchen utensils. Behind her lies a kitchen that looks like a disaster, with a small sky blue lunchbox sitting amid the ruins containing what could be considered inedible snacks. Finally succeeded for once. This time I'll have to deliver it personally. It's been so long since I've seen that child. He has sent me so many messages. She scrolls through the messages from Wan Chi on her terminal one by one, deleting all the other messages. Going to the ground. Should I still keep it from him? Soon, the boy refuses her unsolicited kindness for the first time at the youth center. I have read all the 57 messages you sent over these years. I knew I was the one deprived from you of your right to choose freely. This won't happen again. This is my last time. I promise, but I still hope you'll listen to me just for this final time. The boy pushes the little lunchbox back to Melvi. No. Don't turn her down. Tell her she means so much to me. As much as a mother would. All of us kids at the pediatrics are so close to her. Even Palo. Stop causing trouble. Stop with the fireworks. It's meaningless. And you will miss Aunt Melvi. Finally, the boy grows too restless to stay, choosing to stand up and leave before Melvi can finish her last words. It's okay. You don't have to force yourself to eat something you don't like, Wan Chi. From now on, you'll have to make many decisions for yourself. This is his final conversation with Melvi. She never told him when exactly she would leave Babylonia. By the time Shorthold leads him to find her, she was already gone. This batch of volunteer doctors were rather fortunate. Almost all of them made it back. Only the eldest one sacrificed. Which one? The deputy head of pediatrics? She helped my child before. How could this be possible? With the conditions on the ground being so dire, anything could have happened. They've already brought back her belongings, just one small package. I don't know. I think we have not read this before. Dear Aunt Melvi, I wonder if you're in the conservation area now. I hope you're safe. Please get enough rest. I passed the exam and will soon start my placement at the Star of Life. I'll begin with pediatrics. I still remember the wish cards you made us back then. I've tried making some myself, though they are not as refined as yours. I hope when I use these, I won't get parents complaining about me feeding snacks to their children. I'll work hard and take good care of every child. I've received the package they brought back. There's a lunchbox inside. Thank you. Melvi will no longer quietly read through his messages. She died on the battlefield as a volunteer doctor. She tried to save the severely infected child and ultimately lost her life to the punishing virus and corrupted. Damn! At least we now know how she passed. Melby has said her final farewell to him. His fingers tightly grasp his terminal. His messages will never be read from now on. He cannot stop imagining what happened to Melby before her death. That child can still be saved. I'll go. Leave it to me. You're too young for this. Now go! Melby pushes away a volunteer doctor who is not much older than him. If this is the moment for my atonement, then I won't hesitate or regret it for even a second. Of course, tragic, typical PGR, yep. Melby clutches the immobilized child in desperate embrace as the corruptors swarm over, feasting on human flesh. That's fucked. The river quickens, flowing through the Moore's scenes of the past. It rushes past Palo's nameplate with the vital fluid on the spaceport ground. Stop. I've had enough. He sees the construct maintenance room in the Star of Life, its lights never dimming. He watches the purifying force suppressing jet, while the professor gestures for a silent in the transport vehicle. I said I was tired. The river finally flows to the memories that one who had given to him. The boy in restraints is about to undergo forced modification. Trembling, he catches the sight of a woman outside the window. Wanting to be a good child for his mother, he forces himself to smile again, only whispering one honest confession. To be honest, I'm a little scared too, Mother. In this building, children are nothing but resources and test subjects. Their emotions aren't joy or comfort, only fear. Soon after, during the modification process with incomplete anesthesia, Theodore trembles to screams in his restraints. He fails to remain a good child and becomes nothing more than a failed corrupted construct. It hurts. I'm scared. Mom, don't go. One after another, people bid him farewell. Some calmly, some in tears, some with screams, and some through death itself. Years ago, their farewells have already appeared in his dreams, but he didn't understand and buried these memories as if they were mere nightmares. Now his memories have come to collect their due. They had all suffered through the calamity brought by the punishing, whether willingly or forced to take lives, to sacrifice, or to love. They all met their end, wailing. Oh, fuck! Oh, that's tough, man. Oh, shit. When you see a guy cry, you know he's in pain. When you see someone cry like that, you know they're in pain. You don't see any emotional expressions. When you just see tears coming down, oh, you know that boy in pain. That boy is hurting. That boy is hurting. I know damn well what that feeling is like. That shit is not a good feeling. Let me lock in. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, whoa! Keep watching. I want to save you all. I want to keep you here with me. He pours out his heart's desires and apologizes over and over, stumbling forward alongside the river of memories that helps him reflect to his life, breathing heavily as if he were still a human. He forces himself to look away from that river, yet he knows that what memories are about to surface next. It was an unremarkable spring. He had received a new frame, and before the red tide struck, he was to complete a search and reconnaissance mission with the Grey Raven Commandant. He learns that Shorthaul had become a phantom wandering through illusions, repeatedly trying to save the children, desperately believing that reinforcements would arrive, leaving clues for those who would come after. Then, the memory data would be triggered again by the corrupted carrying Wanshu's prison program, preset program. Wanshu wasn't wrong. If he ever forgets, she will help him remember. In the end, he will die from severe mind deviation. Fully I'd remembered sooner. The research for Sony crimes would have been exposed earlier. The But I wondered where the times had left the others wouldn't have to die. If I had agreed to the future swap plans, if I had listened to Aunt Melvie, I could have survived. If I had told Jen and the others about the truth of the recoil, they and the professor would have been executed. If I had tried harder in the conservation area, I could have saved the children. You're just one. Who else can I save? His emotions pile up inside as he wonders if there's anyone left for him to hold on to. Frustrated, he steps into the river of despair, merging into its flow as he makes his way toward the end. With each step, he feels colder, and the journey feels more and more like an ending in some prophecy. Until even the river of despair freezes over, he walks across his icy surface, leaving footprints on the snow-covered plain. He sees another possibility for the research facility, no inhumane experiments, just a child care center they had set up. But those beautiful hopes are shattered. The red tide's abnormal movement comes so suddenly on that day, leaving him no time to report it. Unable to fight back against the red tide, the soldiers can only link arms to form a human wall, desperately trying to shield the children behind them from the surging tide. Strikehawk charges in, racing against the red tide to evacuate the survivors. He is among them. True to his nature, he was determined to save a baby. Everyone pushed forward, rushed ahead, and passed the child along until it reaches his arms, only for him to witness the red tide devour them all, leaving nothing behind. When Chrome died, they fought with everything they had, but still couldn't save their captain. His legs give out completely, and just before he collapses, Kamui runs over and hands him the swaddle. Don't worry, Wanchi, I'll be back in no time. Remember that battle? We all got blown to bits, but hey, we made it through alive, didn't we? Alright, time to run! The moment Kamui vanishes, he grits his teeth and forces himself forward once more. Keep going. The fierce wind carries ice shards that cut the synthetic skin. He hears the anguished screams of countless souls refusing to accept their defeat. I've heard it all. I've seen it all. I know it all. With his construct strength completely drained, he enters past ice sculptures and frozen humans and construct remains scattered across the ground until he reaches the building at the end of the frozen river. With both hands, he pushes open the heavy doors. At last, he sees the coffin meant to house death itself. Resentful sounds echo from within the coffin as frost-covered hands reach out, first inviting, then clawing at him. His senses are long gone numb, but something catches his eye, making him freeze in shock. A human hand reaches out, its tactical glove revealing corroded bone and rotting flesh underneath. Yet he knows without a doubt who it belongs to. What is it, us? Hold on, is it us? I'm not gonna lie, the live 2D and the splash art on this is really, really good. As much as I would like to be in character here, I gotta give my props that this is some really good, really detailed artwork right here. This is really good. Now, let's get back to me locking in character here. He falls to his knees, slumping against the coffin as the swirling snow leaves trails of moisture across his cheeks. He wants to grasp that hand, but his trembling fingers barely brush against it, terrified it might shatter like an ice sculpture at the slightest touch. Please. Please. No. Don't. He has lost all the people to save long ago, but at least the person before him has left remains behind, giving him one last glimmer of hope. I'll save you. I will save you! He cradles a hand with trembling caution, trying to melt the frost with the warmth of his palm. The ice shell begins to melt, droplets of water falling one by one beside the coffin. This is not enough. I won't make it at this rate. He pulls out the portable heater that Chrome had slipped into his pocket. He lights it up, trying to warm the person with the most primitive source of heat. The story is so good, you need to lock in. I know. I need to lock in here. As the ice melts away, he begins to pull at the hand, determined to rescue this human from death's grasp. The fuck? Oh, there we go. Why are you not moving? The deaths within the coffin intertwine with one another, refusing to release their grip on this human. Come on. Come out! Come out! He kicks the coffin frantically as years of pent-up emotions explode within his chest. A desperate desire to keep someone from leaving grows stronger than ever before, making him feel more surreal sensation of losing control of his own body for the first time. The construct's powerful kick splits the coffin open, revealing countless corpses within through the crack. It's still not enough! He continues attacking until the coffin finally splits in half. He brings the human out, but there is no vital signs. No matter how much he calls out, there is no response. Only the howling snowstorm is answering Wan Chi's pleas. First aid kit. Keep the body warm. There's still a chance. I have human medical equipment. The defibrillator. He pulls the red defibrillator from his waist, silently counting times as he tries again and again. Please wake up. Just wake up. He refuses to give up. Just as he prepares himself for a long vigil, the human fingers twitch ever so slightly. The stiff hand slowly grips back. The human responds to the construct's plea with a firm grip, like always. Commandant! Commandant! He keeps calling out that name at the top of his lungs, terrified that if the human cannot hear him, they will miss each other forever. An hour ago. Where's him? What? In the distant reality, the one whose name was calling is racing against time in order to save a construct. I was gonna say, Wan Chi is like he's in a different time zone, isn't he? He's in a different alternate universe, basically, in his mind. When in reality, we're fine. We're trying to save him, though. Commandant is gonna need a nanosuit someday. After leaving the cultivation area, the human and Rosetta lost contact with Wan Chi, who has been scouting ahead. After searching separately for a while, the two of them finally find a white figure collapsed on the broken metal bridge after fighting off a group of Gotov's pedal creatures. I found Wan Chi! Over here! Got it! I'm coming to you now. The human rushes to Wan Chi. Upon checking his mind condition, his thoughts immediately race for solutions. Don't come here. Don't come here. We need to head back to the central lab right now and restore this power system. The central lab? Where they conducted those experiments back then? What are you planning? I've seen inside Wan Chi's mind. The memories aren't just his own. They're also Wan Shu's. 056's. If I remember correctly, this place should have been everything we need for a deep mind connection. The human activates the exoskeleton and hoists Wan Chi onto his back. Before the shattered coffin, Wan Chi stares in shock at the hand gripping his own. He sees what happened outside an hour ago. A human carrying a construct with a shattered mind, carefully making their way into the lab towards the old device. Wan Chi has seen this device many times with his memories. Oh, it still works. Thank goodness. The human pulls out the old connection cable, taking quite some time to figure out how it works. Under the current conditions, this is the best they can get. The human takes a deep breath. Prepare for a deep mind connection. Did I succeed? Yeah. You did it, Wan Chi. It took nearly an hour, but you saved me. I saved you. He repeats the human's words in a daze, still stunned by the recent shock. But this is not the end yet. Your mind hasn't stabilized. We must dive deeper. Making it this far only means you are ready to start anew. Start anew? Wan Chi turns to look at the path behind, seeing his footprints on the glacier, each step a memory he was forced to revisit during his mind disruption. Different sizes, they belong to everyone who has walked alongside him until now.
Wan Qi, I will recognize all the chaotic memory data in your mind. You need to retrace every single step of that path that brought you here. Review this life of yours and find where each path began.
Ryushi Shizukana, hello, Shazam. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Hope you're having a good one so far. Welcome to the odd stream of on Wednesday night, or morning, or evening, or afternoon, wherever you may be. This is a weird time for me to. This is a weird time for me to stream because I usually stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays. So the fact that I'm streaming Wednesday is a little weird, but that's all right. And I would basically be working on content or spending time with the family, one of the two. And but we're doing this because I'm making up for yesterday's stream, since I was very slumped and very tired of that stream. I'm feeling a lot better now, and now I'm actually wanting to finish this chapter before that way tomorrow we do chapter 31, because that's Lucia's chapter and the main story. So I'm super excited to get back into that main story. Don't get me wrong, the floating records are good. I'm just ready to get back into the main story and see what's going to happen there, because 31 is apparently the hype of the hype, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen there. But glad to have you here. You're just on time. We just started about 27 minutes ago, and we're making some good headway. I was a cute person until Papa decided he was going to use the power of Wan Qi's abs. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Miss Pont Ams, hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Hope you're having a good one so far. Welcome back to the stream. I know you were here a little bit ago. Glad to have you here. Hope you're having a good one so far. But welcome again. You're not missing much. We just started. We're on a Wednesday stream. This is an oddball of a stream, but we're finishing this chapter so that way we're ready to go for chapter 31 tomorrow. So that's basically what we're doing now. And we're finishing up this chapter. I think we're almost done. We're 70%, so we're making some good headway. And I know we still have to fight, which is the crazy thing, but this fucking episode's taking so long. But it is what it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue on. The glacier creaks and groans as it begins to thaw. He looks at it again. What flows beneath is not entirely despair and suffering.
It might take quite a while. Let's go now, Wan Qi.
Oh, never mind. I thought we were fighting. We are actually reading. Okay. Episode 31, or episode 21, Lucid Dreamer. I also know that there's an EX mission, but I guess we have to do episode 24 first for us to do that, which is fine. Not a big deal. All right, here we go. Episode 21, Lucid Dreamer. No, something else had died. Something that he long desired should perish. Was it not what he once wished to destroy during his ardent years of ascetism? I don't know how you say that. Was it not for himself, his smell, fear, proud self, with which he had wrestled for so many years, but which he had conquered him again? Which appeared in each time again and again, which robbed him of his happiness and filled him with fear? Was it not this which had finally died today in the wood by the delightful river? Was it not because of his death that he now is like a child, so full of trust and happiness without fear? The Commandant hands grabs Wan Qi and pushes him away. Other hands also spring into action, joining and force him back as if answering a silent call. He looks again to see the snowstorm, which is now halted. The icebound river slowly melt, preparing to flow backwards. They surge for it once more, carrying both despair and desire, screaming and rejoicing. The river's tale was never just about suffering, for hope has always been intertwined with despair. All of his memories flow within, rushing through the rivers, lakes, waterfalls, and streams, merging into the ocean, transforming into clouds of rain, falling back down, seeping into the soil, nurturing a tree, only to collect a single tear from its branches. An act of love crystallizes into the amber that preserves all things, tenderly yet firm, embracing Wan Qi and carrying him into the beginning. Wan Qi slumbers within, until even his frame weathers and cracks with time. He has witnessed the origin of everything he first sees. When the Amber first came to existence, the Earth's crust had just taken shape. The land split apart, desolation regained the surface. Then, water appears. With its emergence, the Amber begins to accelerate, transforming into an inorganic to organic, from simple molecules to complex ones, giving the birth to the most primitive form of life. Life begins to evolve, going in unpredictable directions, crawling from water to land, transforming into plants and animals. Life proliferates explosively, spreading to every corner of the world. He then sees. Seeds begin to deliver life, to which grows in mature forms. Into mature forms, eventually dying either through destruction or natural decay and becoming remains. New seeds sprout from the remains, falls to the ground, and once more, carrying toward their genes. At first, flowers, grass sprout within the Amber. I was gonna say, I know them flowers were not here before. They just grew out of nowhere. Their virtuality pushes them through their frame's cracks, which they bloom and bear fruit. The Ouroboros slithers across his body, coiling around the wooden staff near his hand, struggling, shedding its skin, and reincarnating. Later, birds appear within the Amber. They fly over and perch up upon the frame, build their nest, and nurture their young. And so the seed continues to evolve, bringing prosperity to the Amber, witnessing endless cycles of change. Billions of years have passed. Until this day, he has long grown accustomed to seeing all things preserved in the Amber, understanding everything, all physical objects, theories, and spirits. Yet something about today's thick fog strikes him as unusual. Footsteps echo from afar, accompanied by weak, exhausting breathing. He can tell that these sounds belong to the human seed child. Okay. He holds a special fondness for the species that has existed for merely millions of years, so he warms the soil nearby, hoping the barefooted child won't catch cold. The child walks to the patch of the earth where he was buried, crouches down to feel the giant tree barks, and digs through the soil near its roots until his fingers brush against something. It's Amber. Amber? Is there something inside? I can't see it clearly. The child holds the evacuated Amber up to the sky, but with the sunlight hiding behind the fog, everything within the Amber remains obscured. So he dissipates to the thick fog ever so slightly, allowing sunlight to shine through, and hope the child see what lies within the Amber. The sun is out now. Everything's clear. Is that a seed inside? Oh, myself. Okay. My fellow leader have a voice alike. Daniel, wait, hold on. Are you saying my voice is like Virgil's voice actor? Oh, hey, that's pretty cool if that's the case. Is this where Wanshi begins? Is this where everything begins? Oh. A crack appears on the solid Amber, like an egg that split darkness apart, the ancient poetry, or a fledgling breaking through its shell. The young child turns around as the Amber peels away from its body, and after the turn, he is no longer a child, but a construct standing before the giant tree like a white eagle. Ooh. The cracks in his frame and a hole in his chest are filled as love flows him to make him whole again. He prepares himself, listening to the sounds of the mist. This is as much as I can do. Wanshi, I must send you to Eden. I understand. After living through my human life and depleting all my strength as a construct to reach this point, perhaps I should take a rest. You most definitely should be taking a rest. Now, doesn't mean that you need to die, but I think a long sleep is well overdue for you. Oh yeah, you do. I heard almost like Virgil's voice whenever you voice act Poppy. Really? I'll have to. Oh fuck! I was switching my cat. Damn it! Oh well. I'll have to listen to Virgil's voice lines. Probably after this then. Well, hold on. Do we hear the English voice actors in the game? Like, are they English dub, or do I have to actually physically look them up on YouTube? But no one's life can be defined by pain or pleasure alone. Mine is no different. Having lived such a life, I'm eager to return to fulfill my duty, to save those I still can. Besides, there are many more waiting for me ahead. If love can secure their future existence, then I shall hold on to love forever. Wan Shi closes his eyes. This is not us. Unmuted. Activate emergency response system for bed 47. Try to go into Legion, then establish IV access. I'm his temporary I'm his temporary guardian. I'm responsible for him. Now hurry. Patient in 47 is awake. Wan Shi awakens on the small hospital bed. That was not Sharon. That was Aunt Melvie. Am I in Eden? My memories all jumbled up. Did you say something? No need to rush, just do as I say. We need to hear Foolish Dante Foolish. Either in-game or YouTube, the PGR DMC voices are like old since they age. Oh. You shall die? Okay. I'll have to listen to his voice so that way I can get a clear understanding. She actually did it? It's okay now. Everything's okay. Through his blurred vision, someone reaches out and softly caresses his forehead. With all the strength he can muster, he longingly leans into the doctor's palm. Aunt Melvie. Commandant, what did he just say? Are you sure he's recovered? I've seen similar cases in the ARU. Oh, this is okay. ARU with mind damage. Is this severe? I'm afraid he might. Anxious voices echo in his ears, accompanied by the relentless sound of gunfire. Is that not Aunt Melvie? Wan Shi blinks, recalculating his visual module, and realizes this is not the start of life, and no one is touching his forehead. Oh, in the corridor of the abandoned research facility, the human and Rosetta place still unconscious Wan Shi behind him as they face off against the frenzied hetero creatures. Their luck has not improved. After the deep dive, they chose what seemed to be the safest path, only to run into the horde lurking into hetero creatures, quickly finding themselves trapped with nowhere to go. Commandant! Rosetta hurls her shield to the ground, creating a barrier against the tide of incoming hetero creatures. I've got this! Taking advantage of the shield's cover, the human finds the perfect angle and fires a tactical pistol. The muzzle flashes repeatedly, slaying several stalled hetero creatures. It's no use, there are too many of them. We're about to be overwhelmed.
The path behind us has collapsed. We can't retreat. We have to break through it with Wan Shi.
Suddenly, a hetero creature breaks through the barrier, nimbly leaps onto the ceiling, and lunges down at the human with its gaping maw.
Shit! No! Ugh!
Save what I still can save. Hearing the reassuring voice from behind, the human's mind drifts for a second. Activating calibration mode.
1!
Breathe and focus. The airflow seems to slow with Wan Shi words as the drone's wingers scattered apart, gently generating a massive force field behind the human. Oh goddamn! After a moment of stillness, the air begins to flow once more as an ice blue enhanced round pierces through the force field, striking the hetero creature nearest to the human. Ha! The hetero creature howls in defiance as it fades away into nothing. In this brief respite, the human quickly falls back to reload. Wan Shi draws his gun and charges forward, helping Rosetta eliminate more of the twisted creatures ahead. What? Are you okay? The snow owl has no time to reply. Ooh, the snow owl! As he raises his hand, the calibration screen activates with this movement, firmly locking onto the remaining hetero creatures ahead. Condensation projectiles rain down like a curtain of storms. He hurls another tactical grenade forward, shocking his teammates.
Rosetta, fall back!
Roger that. Rosetta withdraws her lance, readies her shield, and retreats to a safe position alongside the human. Under the focused bombardment of overwhelming firepower, the hetero creature's bone-chilling screech gradually fades away. Finally, Wan Shi emerges from the pile of remains.
Are you fully conscious now? How do you feel? How do you feel? Sorry, I accidentally bumped your head while we were making our escape.
Your mind is severely disrupted. Without immediate deep mind connection, the disruption will tear your mind apart. But Commandant connected with your using your equipment left behind in this research facility, saying you would wake up. Still somewhat drowsy, Wan Chi touches the small scratch on his forehead, then looks at the two teammates who have protected him until now. Rosetta's frame shows obvious wear and tear, while the human bears wounds of varying sizes. The human is still watching him with concern. As he gazes onto the human's eye, the snowstorm of coughing in his mind gradually fade away, and the light preserved in amber now feels nothing more than like a dream. My guy, you have the potential to be a voice actor, trust. I'm not going to say anything now, but with the book that I am writing here, ladies and gentlemen, all right, with what I have planned for this channel and what will happen and what will become of it, when I'm able to fully let you all know, and you all will see when it happens, it is going to be insane, 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 and I cannot wait for it to be happening. I have to be very patient still. I still have a lot to learn with some of the skills. I have been slacking on them, but I'm now finally getting back into it just because, like I said, I was in a little funk. But now I am able to work on it more, and I can't wait to do it because when I am able to do it, I promise you all, it'll be very, very worth it. But I cannot wait. I have to be patient. I have to be patient. But I'm not going to say anything else now. And I thank you. I really do appreciate that. And like I said, we still gotta look. We still gotta see what Virgil's voice is named and see how I can do it from there. But I'm very glad to know that me streaming and me doing these voice lines and all that has really honed my voice and brought it to where it is now. And I'm super, super grateful for that. So I thank you, Blime. I thank you, Ryoshi, and everyone else who's watching, enjoying, and all the people in the morning who watched me as well got to see my voice acting. And it will continue to improve as I go along because I'm still so early into the career of this content creation. And I guess voice acting in a sense, but I cannot wait to see what's going to happen years down the road when I'm got more years under my belt. So again, thank you all. And I cannot wait to show you what's gonna happen. All right, here we go. All of the present and the essence have converged into this very moment. After what feels like an eternity of silence, he speaks his first words in billions of years. I'm sorry, what? Commandant, I've woken from my sleep. Oh, did he finally, like, remember all his memories now? Did his memories finally come back, I'm assuming? The human in Rosetta's expressions visibly relax.
You were in such a deep sleep, we didn't dare wake you carelessly. And if you weren't awake by now, I was about to forcibly drag you out of bed.
The tense atmosphere melts away as everyone exchanges gentle jokes. Wan Chi lowers his head with a gentle smile. Thanks. Wan Chi steadies himself, calibrating each module through his body before returning to his focus to the task at hand with vigilance. The mission isn't complete yet. I need to get to the lowest floor. Shorthaul has moved down there, but I couldn't investigate any more further. That's probably where the clues ultimately point to. As if responding to Wan Chi's word, the ground violently shakes and the entire area noticeably sinks.
Shit, here it comes again.
It's still trembling? Ever since Commandant initiated the deep mind connection, these underground tremors have been occurring intermittently, 4 times in the past 30 minutes alone. If this continues, the abandoned research facility will either collapse or sink completely underground. We're running out of time. In that case, our top priority now is to rescue the remaining construct soldiers. Wan Chi tightens his grip on the gun as his waist. He has chosen to focus on those who still live.
It's not going to be that simple.
Yes, my sensors are detecting red tide in the lower levels. Wow, the red tide's here? Okay. The red tide is extremely active here. If it consumes and analyzes Shorthaul in this current state, it might accelerate its spread. That would not only put us in greater time pressure, but also threaten the evacuation to conservation areas 189 and 190.
We need mare power on both sides.
I get it now. Short was taken by ascendants for punishing experiments, and his consciousness remains trapped inside. Unable to wake, this child test subjects and researchers were just illusions. What he actually dealt with were deserters who made this place their stronghold. That explains everything. Those traces on the terminals were left by him too. Wan Chi draws his revolver and drones spread out behind him. Let's split up. I'll handle the situation on the lowest level. And that, corrupted. It probably wants to transmit some information through us. We need to find it and bring it back to Babylonia. Corrupted? Is that what you're talking about? Unfortunately, I might be able to witness the great divorce of mimicking Virgil later, as school is calling somewhere for me. Therefore, I shall bid farewell and review the stream later for that. Don't worry. If anything, I'll do a short. If anything, I'll make a short on it so that way people can really see it. But don't you worry. Don't you worry on that. I got you covered on it. So, Blime, have fun at school. You be safe. Have fun. Enjoy your morning, evening, afternoon, and we will see you around. We will hopefully see you tomorrow for the debut of Chapter 31. Until then, have fun. We'll see you then. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to continue on with this chapter. Here we go. Rosetta comes to a halt, pointing to the corner not far away from the severely damaged corrupted stands in Silent Vigil.
Leave this place to Rosetta and me. We'll follow it.
Though Wan Chi knows a full well this shell houses nothing of the person who once lived, he feels like a surging of complex emotions at the sight of it. Alright. He takes one last look at the corrupted before turning away. Wait! Rosetta raises her spear above her head as the high energy mission from Unite blazes with blinding light. Been wanting to say this for a while. The slow collapse isn't suited for our operation. I might as well break right through it. As another tremor hits, her spear plunges like a falling star, piercing through the shaking ground. Amidst the flying debris, Rosetta gives Wan Chi a nod and takes her place beside the human commandant.
I'll maintain a remote connection with you.
Below the massive void lies an unknown realm of pure darkness where punishing energy gushes forth like an oil well, causing its concentration in the air to spike dramatically. The human pulls out the last serum and injects it.
Let's go.
Wan Chi jumps down into the void. Behind him, the Grey Raven Commandant and Rosetta head toward a different direction, following the corrupted. Oh yeah! As they are led down the hidden path, their communication devices suddenly begin to emit noises.
It's Sandy and Greg.
I'm picking up the team signal now too. They must be nearby. The corrupted up ahead comes to a halt before slipping into a more secluded room. This is... The room's layout immediately reveals its original purpose.
The main control room. The data is most likely here.
An excited cry rings out from the corner of the control room as the lightly injured construct comes running over. Commandant!
Greg? You're here? What about the others?
Following Greg around to the other side of the pipeline, they find several constructs sprawled across the ground, the ones who went missing in the research facility. Greg frantically grabs the human's arm, his voice nearly breaking. We ran into some kind of scorpion. It was so massive. We didn't make a single sound. We're stalking us. Thank goodness they detected punishing signals in the last second, or I'd be flying here with them. Seeing Greg about to retch from anxiety again, the human gives him a few gentle pats on the back like Sandy did.
Easy there, Greg. Take your time.
Until we attacked with that scorpion, the guy showed up again. Greg points to the corrupted standing on the other side of the control room. It dragged us down into the void below and moved us all the way here. Looks like these poor souls ran into the same situation.
Wan Chi was right. It really is leading the way.
They could still be saved, right? Greg kneels down once more, pressing his hand against the construct's wound to stop the rapid loss of vital fluid. There's too many wounded. There are support type predicted to see synthetic first aid training. I thought I could at least keep the conditions stable, so I stayed here to watch over them. After just examining the injured constructs herself, Rosetta rises to her feet with a slight sense of relief. I've checked their injuries. Fortunately, all their wounds were treated in time. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good.
Well done, Greg.
Greg slumps to the ground, still keeping pressure on the wound while muttering to himself. Finally made myself so not useful. The ground suddenly shakes up with unprecedented magnitude, surpassing even any previous tremors, and debris runs down from the ceiling.
Wan Shi has arrived.
Human nervously performs a check, but fortunately the feedback from the remote connection shows stable readings.
So far, so good. The remote connection is holding stable.
At this rate, by the time Wan Shi finishes it off, the research facility will completely collapse. I'll read the main console now. Debris rains down from the ceiling onto everyone's head, a clear sign that they cannot afford to wait any longer.
Keep an eye on him, Greg. We'll go and gather information. Wan Shi gave me these emergency maintenance tools. They're pretty basic. You should know how to use them. Focus on waking up those and lighter injuries first. Just with the few of us here, there's no way we can escape with all the constructs before the collapse.
Greg stands there dumbfounded, processing what he just heard. The human shoves the construct maintenance tools onto the free hand.
We're counting on you, Greg. Right! Got it!
Meanwhile, Rosetta swiftly activates the device and connects the storage device they've bought. Fortunately, the power they just restored on the central lab seems to have reached this area as well.
One more thing. While collecting data, try using the transmitter here to contact Babylonia.
It might work. Watch out! A piece of falling debris nearly hits the human before Rosetta blocks it, but other debris still crashes onto the main console. The screen flashes from randomly.
Rosetta!
Focus on the device! We're running out of time! It's not just the collapse we need to worry about. There's also the red tide. It can easily consume us if we can't evacuate within an hour. Rosetta continues working on the console. The screen flickers again in order to display an access denied window. Shit! Already on the brink of falling apart, the device seems to have been calmed by the human's deep breath, slowly loading to a different interface. Regular patterns of light begin to flicker across the corrupted that had guided the two to the control room. It crawls over the lightning speed that had a human not dodged it in time, they would have been rammed head-on by the corrupted, its body covered in the punishing energy. Under the human and Rosetta's watch, it connects to the prepared interface like a ritual sacrifice. The interface refreshes once more as vast experimental data and written records cascade before the human's eyes like a digital river. Rapidly scanning through the text, the human soon breaks into a cold sweat. Through these records, one can trace each test subject's brief existence, when they arrived, when they were transformed into constructs, and when they were finally discarded like trash. Each entry is written like the tenderness of a mother documenting their child's growth. Perhaps Wan Chu is the only person who truly knows whether her obsession, the fusion of love and scientific pursuit, had saved lives or merely imposed new burdens upon others. Data recording complete, Commandant. There's no time to think. As soon as the storage terminal signals completion, Rosetta swiftly pulls it out and carefully tucks it away. Not even a second respite is granted. A violent tremor and blood-curdling howls from below hurl to the control room's collapse.
Wan Shi!
The remote connection keeps cutting in and out, unable to find out what happened to Wan Shi. The human heart begins racing once again. Stand next to me! Rosetta raises her shield, holding onto the collapsing ceiling while ensuring Greg and the others are safe behind her. I've just sent a distress signal with our coordinates to Babylonia. Let's prepare to retreat, Commandant.
Right. Let's get Wan Shi out of here too.
Oh yeah. Oh, we finding the boss? Oh shit, we finding the boss right off the rip? Okay. I need a water really quick, and I gotta use the restroom, so I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick. Then we fight this boss. Then we do the no. After I come back, we're gonna do Virgil's voice acting real quick. Then we're gonna do the boss, and then we're gonna do the EX. So I will be right back. Make sure you get some water in you. Make sure you also get some food in you, and I will be back. Actually, there we go. I had to mute that. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I got my water. I'm ready to roll. Okay. With that out of the way now, let us go and see what Virgil sounds like, and then we will figure out if I sound like him or not. But I think I have to own him. Not what I need. Interact. Yeah, I gotta own him. God damn it. I don't even have his fucking thingy-ma-bobble. Oh, wait a minute. I'm a goofy. Study. Nope, he is in resources? No. Challenge. Where am I looking for this? No, resources, sources. Trial zone, here we go. Training stage, nope. What? Are they not in the trial zones? Well, goddamn, I might have to. Looks like I'll have to look them up then. Unfortunate. And I don't think I can look at them. Nope. Okay, well, we're gonna have to look it up on YouTube really quick. So let me pull it up. Okay. Let me pause this. And then do this. Okay, we're going to see if I sound like him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to check that out really quick. We'll see what it sounds like.
Thou dost smile. I sing thee while sweet joy befall thee. Nothing, I'm just reading.
I sound like him, really? Huh. EN. Virgil. We're gonna do this. DMC. PGR. Virgil rizzes you up. What the fuck? Do I have? Oh, here we go. Voice lines. Nope. Those. Wait.
Power.
Oh yeah, here we go. Fucking the music in there now. God damn it. I might have to just pull him. Well, hold on. Voice lines, English. There we go. Please don't be. God damn it! They fucking have the music in there. Hold on. Let's do this. Here we go. Okay.
I can feel his presence.
I can feel his presence.
I knew you were here. Dante!
I knew you were here. Dante! Kinda. I could see it a little bit. Oh, wait. What the fuck? Why are y'all not able to see my scenes? Hold on. Let me check something. Let me check something. I'm not sure. There we go. Okay. I was tripping. I'm like, what the fuck can y'all not see it? Okay. Let's check the other ones out.
In the pursuit of power, I once forsook my humanity.
In the pursuit of power, I once forsook my humanity.
Yet found myself still unable to defeat him.
Yet found myself still unable to defeat him.
Here's some counsel for you.
Here's some counsel
Remember the
for
inner
you.
fire that propels you towards strength.
Up,
And
up, up.
fire that propels
Up.
you. Here's some counsel for you.
Okay.
Remember the inner fire that propels you towards strength.
Remember the inner fire that propels you towards strength.
And always keep in mind the purpose for which you fight.
And always keep in mind in which the purpose for which you fight. Kinda. I mean, but then again, I'm kind of like once you get told, and then it's like, oh, what do I? Then you kind of get in your own head a little bit. So I would say like that maybe.
Why inscribe my name, you ask?
Why inscribe my name, you ask?
For it is a gift granted by you.
For it is a gift granted by you.
It is but natural to mark one's own possession with their name.
It is but natural to mark one's own possession with their name. Kinda. But I mean, if I do something, I think if it's more like this, I think if it's like this, it can do it more. I think that's what it is. I think if I make it like that, then it is something I can do.
Are you beckoning for a worthy battle to invigorate yourself?
Are you beckoning for a worthy battle to invigorate yourself? Something like that, maybe. Maybe that's how I sound. But then again, I don't know. So I would say maybe that. That is probably what I sound like more, is that when I'm doing it. So, because he's got like a more like almost like a smoker voice, in a smoker voice, but not a smoker voice. So I would say maybe like that, maybe. What does Dante sound like?
Wait, it feels like Virgil. I guess he's also here. Well, talk to you later. I have something I need to do. Virgil?
Okay. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna continue on now. We did that. We've got it. I'll make a short on it a little bit later, or when the time comes. But all right. Anywho, we're gonna finish the long goodbye. We're gonna do the EX, and then that'll be done. That'll probably be it for the stream tonight. So that way, I'm able to get ready for Shaper's Ripples tomorrow. Like I said, we're only doing this stream so that way we can finish the long goodbye. I think we're almost done. I think we got like 2 chapters. Or 81%. Never mind. We still got a little bit to go. But here we go. Episode 22. Mint. Wan Shi leaps into the void, followed by the Commandant and Rosetta, both in pursuit of Wan Shu and the truth. Though their paths diverge, they all move toward the same purpose. To seek the truth, to save others, to cut out the prisoner's roots left by the previous generation, and... Wan Shi closes his eyes. Hush, little baby, close your eyes. Have a peaceful sleep on the rocking boat. The small boat gently rocks. Wan Shi lies on the boat, wrapped in a warm, soft swaddle. Would you like to take a break? I can hold on to the child for a while. I have younger siblings at home too. We're not gonna read this because we already know what this is. Yep. 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 Okay. Now this is new. Okay. No, it's not new. Yes. Okay. Here we go. People from across the shuttle reaches out their hands as well. I've got some rubbing alcohol with me. Let's clean up those wounds. It's a baby boy. He looks like his mother. What's his name? Countless hands reach out carefully toward the swaddle. Countless hands cradle the seeds with utmost care. The tiny floor-patterned boat begins to rock once more. Hush, little baby. Close your eyes. Have a peaceful sleep on the rocking boat. Grow up slowly, one step at a time. Okay. And reach out to grasp those countless hands that lift this seed from the mire. Whether it's the lives of forgotten orphans or the life of constructs, there are always those who fight to protect them. Every departed person in Wanchi's memory chose this path, some without hesitation, some driven by their conscience, called science. Now, I too will walk this path. This is the choice I made for myself. I believe too that another possibility awaits at the end of this path. Wanchi opens fires at his feet, causing the insect-like Keto creature to scatter in panic, some fleeing, some fleeing, others lunging to attack him. The lights on their back flickered densely, forming a luminous path. At the end, violent tremors surged forth once again. Shortheart. He lands steadily on the bottom floor, only for the Hedo creatures to immediately welcome him, with their fangs bared, gnawing at his frame. Battle fluid leaks from his wounds as Wanchi inches toward the end, step by step. Surrounded by Hedo creatures, though he collapsed here before, he must start anew. He must reach the end. He must meet Shortheart. Even if they're all just phantoms, you keep trying again and again for these children, over and over without end. In those brief moments of clarity, you left behind clues, even if it's a noose to hang yourself. Ooh, so stubborn. But it's people like you who have carried us this far. The dangerous path of light now has the contract's vital fluid scattered on it, a proof that he has too walked this path. The Hedo creature screeches and drones spread out behind Wanchi, mercilessly eliminating these noisy nuisances. After blasting through the last wave of Hedo creatures blocking the way, a vast underground chamber unfolds before Wanchi's eye. The red tide churns at the edge of the cage, ready to swallow both the prison and prisoner in an instant. Such a soul should not be bound within this dark cage. Wanchi leaps down into the cage, just like how he is, a military doctor, jumped from the ruins of repair components in his arms years ago. Shortheart! Are we fighting now? Hell fucking yeah. Here we go! Ladies and gentlemen, it's boss time! Oh my goodness. That's Shortheart? Oh my god! He looks disgusting! That's fucking insane! Dude, he looks nasty as shit.
There's nowhere to go.
Nowhere to hide! Ah!
I still have another shot.
Oh my goodness! Oh wow, we got one shot.
Your weakness is fully exposed. Seeing the bigger picture now? Your weakness, there's nowhere to go.
The enemy will cast sorts of scuffling in battle, causing an explosion after channeling a few seconds to deal heavy damage. Identify the enemy shield color and choose matching signal orbs to break it. Attack triggers the core passive and special orbs count as universal orb attacks. Okay. We got 5 minutes to destroy this damn thing. That's crazy shit.
Seeing the bigger picture, your weakness is fully exposed. There's nowhere to go.
Bah! Get out of here!
Seeing the bigger picture now? There's nowhere to go.
He's almost dead. That's crazy that we almost killed him.
My choice.
Okay, that was quick. Surely that can't be it. Dude, the lighting in here is really good. Oh! What the fuck? That's short. Ugh! Oh. Whoa! Uh-oh. Well, that's unfortunate. We just fucking died.
多くの人がここで僕の目の前から通り過ぎて戻ってこなかった。
Dude, the cutscene. Oh! Wow.
今度は何もできないわけにはいかない。必ず戻る。
Yo.
僕とリンクして指揮官。
Right. Shall we?
So, we got that cutscene. I don't know if that was the right cutscene that we needed, but... Dude, that's disgusting that that's short haul. Carefree Don, hello, welcome, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Hope you're having a good one so far. I am locked in right now, so I'm not going to be able to read or see as much at the moment, but that's all right. Get out of here!
There's nowhere to go.
Ah!
Nowhere to hide. I still have another shot.
Oh, I fucked up. Damn it. That's not what I wanted. That's right.
There's nowhere to go.
Ah! I meant to do the other one, but that's all right. 2, 2, 1, 2.
Your weakness has been fully exposed. Attempting
Oh! God damn! I'm getting cooked right now. Oh, we in our first form? What the fuck?
your eyes. You're lucky to be able to
Oh!
forever.
Hold on, hold on.
Shot. One kill.
Ah, get out of here.
You're lucky to be able to see forever.
Oh, wait.
Attempting self-repair.
Okay, we're now back to 1. Cool, back to us now. We're gonna die, which is not ideal.
Your weakness has been fully exposed.
You can play as Wanji knows if you fail the event current in the second phase. Oh, okay. Good to know. I was wondering why the fuck I was in the second. There's my A-rank frame.
Early to... I don't think I can early to rise.
2, 2, 3, 1. Bah! Oh, I didn't do shit. That's right.
There's nowhere to go.
Nowhere to hide. Yeah! I didn't do shit.
Attempting self-repair.
Oh! Get out of here. Parry that. Oh! Bring it! Fuck you, pussy. Yes, sirski! Oh! We are so fucking low. We gotta do this. We gotta make these parries count. Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! Come on! Hold! Posing! Posing! Let's go!
Is everything just an illusion? Early to... Attempting self-repair.
知道罗尔，知道吗？吃了就清醒了。
That's crazy. I hope we can let our boy rest now. I really hope we can let Shortheart feel rest now. This boy's been through so much shit. Shortheart feels like he has heard a shout. It is an overcast day. He sits on the ground after a fierce battle, looking around to find nothing but ruins and bodies still shrouded in gunsmoke. Only for one she remains by his side, busy repairing the cracked arm.
Was I hearing things? Did you hear anything?
Instead of answering, Wan Chi changes the subject. The damage on your arm is pretty serious.
Got a bit careless, but no sweat.
Don't you already have a medic bond in Skyrim? Remember to use it when you get back.
The medic bot is quite helpful, but it's in for repairs right now. Otherwise, I wouldn't have the trouble. Otherwise, I wouldn't have to trouble you.
And for repairs, the medic bot? Shorthawk clears his throat awkwardly again.
Best not to ask about Skyrim.
Not bothering to argue with Shorthawk anymore, Wan Chi shuts down the maintenance module and returns his arm to him. I've done some basic treatment, but remember to visit Construct Maintenance Department when you return to Babylonia.
Thanks.
Is that all? I'll take a nap if you don't need me for anything else.
That's all, but I keep feeling like there's something I haven't done. Strange.
Should we check your mind status?
It's not that serious. Just some rest when I get back.
Shorthawk reaches into his pocket for a mint to help clear his head, but he finds nothing. The pocket is empty.
What the? Did I finish it already?
What are you looking for?
Valerie gave me some snacks before I left. There's no way I ate them all at once. Did I drop them somewhere?
Snacks, huh? Will this work? That's crazy. Shorthawk looks at Wan Chi's palm where a single liquid-filled mint candy lies.
That's it.
Shorthawk takes it and unwraps the candy. Yo, it's such a clean transaction, yo. That's so fucking cold. You go from a mint candy to a smile to a sad face with a gun pointed to the head. That's so nice, dude. Such a clean transaction. It'll help clear your head. Shorthawk pauses briefly as he stares at the green candy in the wrapper. Staring at the candy, he remembers many forgotten memories. The two young thieves he encountered at the youth center, the junior squad member who vanished in the dead zone, and the countless comrades who fell on the battlefield fighting punishing. He had shared candy with these people, their fates intertwined.
I see.
Wan Chi stares into Shorthawk's eyes after trying to confirm something.
How long was I in there?
A long time. The military has already listed you as deceased.
It really has been a while now, huh? Valerie, I didn't even show you that footage. The one where I was drunk and hugging a medic bot.
The first thing Shorthawk asks is some bizarre video that Wan Chi has never even heard of.
Great. I'm glad you didn't see it.
Shorthawk takes the candy from Wan Chi and holds it into his palm.
Want me to tell you what happened to me? You probably already know most of it already. The Ascendant, that Purple Hill kid, turned this place into their stronghold. Throwing constructs with stable minds together to merge them. We will just want them back to test subjects. And they'll keep doing this.
It's all over now. Seeing Wan Chi's expression, Shorthawk seems to understand.
Oh. It's been so long. Who was involved?
From what I heard, there was a lot of people, including the Grey Raven Commandant and your clone. So this is the real Shorthawk. That's crazy. Your nameplate has been returned and is now in Valerie's custody.
What about Valeria? They didn't do anything unnecessary, did they?
I'm not sure.
What about you? Sometimes you're even more obsessive than those lunatics. forget it. Let's drop this. My head's already a mess. I can't handle any more chaos right now.
Shorthalt taps his head, gesturing to Wan Shi.
With so many minds overlapping, I've seen countless memories of the past, including ones from this place. This research facility experiments on children. The dump out back is almost full. I tried to get those children out, running everywhere, but couldn't find an exit. Then they marked me as an intruder and opened fire. Seems like it was all just hallucinations I pieced together.
I know everything, Shorthalt. I can see that all you've done.
You do.
Shorthalt smiles.
You followed the clues I left behind to find me, didn't you? You even found a way to deal with, me. Looks like you haven't forgotten about those old missions after all.
Those memories are too persistent. Anyone would have trouble forgetting them. Shorthalt pats Wan Shi on the shoulder. Wan Shi keeps his head down. He knows he has lost another person who had once patted his shoulders in his youth.
Well, we're running out of time. Let's go, Wan Shi. The vid tide will devour the nearby conservation area. Take what you need and the people you want to save. You should have found the Grey Raven Commandant by now. Then withdraw as quickly as possible. But you... Whoa. Hold it right there now, Wan Shi. Don't you dare have any dangerous thoughts. Besides, I wasn't the only one in there screaming and struggling. Everyone needs to be set free.
Shorthalt picks up the mint candy. Without hesitation, he swallows it. Oh, yo. Oh, dude, the writing in here is so fucking good. I think this takes the cake for number one in the floating records. No one's floating record was number one, but this one takes the cake. This one really does take the cake. This one takes number one spot. This was absolutely such a good floating record. And to see that this was the real Shorthalt and what happened and seeing how it ends, man, so fucking good. As Wan Shi fingers leaves the trigger, fragments of the mask from the scorpion-like enemy's face scattered through the air, whistling sharply past his ears. Shorthalt's parade has come to an end. He will be preserved in Wan Shi's amber, intact and eternal. Dude, such a good episode. So fucking good. And we got the achievement. Nice. Dude, so fucking good. And we still got like 3 more episodes, maybe? The Long Goodbye ended up being one of my favorite chapters in PGR. It was an absolute emotional experience. Glad you enjoyed it. All the guys in PGRs always have kick-ass. They do! They really do! They have such good stories. We went from Hans to Ballard to Nigel to Noctis to Watanabe's father. Who else? That Shorthalt. There was one. I feel like there was one more I'm missing. There's one more I'm missing. Who am I missing? There's one more. Hold on. There's one more I'm missing here. Who was it? Who was it? Oh, Noan. Yep, Noan was the other one. Lee. Yep, on top of that, Lee was a good one. There was one more. I'm almost positive there was one more. Oh, Roland. Roland was also a good one. So like all of those people, all the guys in the game, so fucking good, really good chapters. I enjoyed all of them, but this one takes the cake right now. Now, whether chapter 31 lives up to the hype, we're gonna see. But floating records wise, not even main story, just floating records wise, The Long Goodbye takes the cake of number 1. So fucking good. All right, here we go. Episode 23, Infant. That boy Kamui is drowning, waiting for a crumb of story. We have yet to see anything of Kamui. The moment Kamui gets an actual deep lore, that'll be a good one, because we all know he's been through some shit as well, but I'm waiting to see what's gonna happen there. All right, here we go. The Grey Raven Commandant's concerns prove justified. After slaying the scorpion-like enemy, Wanji finds a relatively clean spot and lies down. Someone has disabled the research facility signal jamming, finally exploding the long-abandoned facility to everyone's view. As Wanshi gazes up at the shattered kaleidoscope above, his terminal receives intermediate communications through Strikehawk's internal channel. Even they have come, huh? Besides the nearby Strikehawk, Wanshi drifts through the 3 members of Grey Raven. Wait, thoughts drift... Okay, yeah. Last time they got so worried when Commandant left the team just for a moment. Well, they treat me like I'm like the most important person in the game, which is true, but the most important person in Grey Raven and in this goddamn world, you know damn well all 3 of them are going to be rushing to my side. I wonder how they will react this time. I don't know either. And you, what's up? Our Commandant. Yeah, I got it. Still, Lee continues to finish his sentence. Don't let anything happen to our Commandant. I'm sure they'll be fine knowing that you kept that promise. Wanshi closes his eyes, feeling his frame become light as air. Huh. Tables have turned this time. With the human Commandant's support, the overloaded neural pathways in his mind finally stabilize and stretch out, going toward the vast, seamlessly endless horizons. Yo, bro, I just recently stumbled upon your channel, and it's really nice to see you doing the stories, since I'm also catching up on the story as well. Yeah, I've been doing the stories since chapter 14. Chapter 14 was my first time streaming PGR. So I've been streaming PGR for 7 months now. So we started in chapter 14 and just kind of worked our way up to where we're at now. And we're getting ready to do chapter 31, and I'm super excited to do chapter 31 and see what's going to happen there. After that, like, I think after this floating record is this on to the main stories, and then after, I think, Ishmael's story is back into floating records again, which I'm fine with, not a big deal. And then we go back to the main story again to do Selena's. But I've heard Selena's story is a very hit or miss. People either liked it or they did not like it. I don't know. Because, granted, I'm going in blind, so, you know, the big old no spoilers please is a huge thing. So, I don't know whether it's a good story or not. It is yet to be seen from my eyes whether it's a good story or not. But I'm excited nonetheless, because we finally see Selena in the main story, so whether it's good or not, time is going to have to tell. Alright, here we go. Time for a little nap. Oh, and I also do voice the story, so each character gets its own voice. Us people, I like to self-insert myself. That's just how I enjoy my story. So me, I have a different voice, the narrator has a different voice, the characters have a different voice, the girls have a different voice, so everyone gets their own different voice. Yes, they may sound the same, just because 1, I'm not really good with girl voices, and 2, the guys are only very limited to so many things. Either way though, I do voice the characters entirely and voice the story to bring more immersion to the story. On top of that, makes it more fun for me. So that's basically me. I also do short films on PGR. I make shorts on PGR, and I stream PGR. So that's basically all I'm doing right now. So you stumbled upon me. If you like PGR, this is the place to be. All right, here we go. The entire research facility crumbles and sinks. The massive scorpion-like creature in the nearby ground plunge into the red tide. The shards that were once forced to dwell within this vessel have now faded into the void. No hopeful recalls, no more painful experiments to endure. Everyone has simply returned to where they were meant to be. Nothing more. Since coming into existence as a human, Wan Shi has never slept this peacefully before. Freckles, that's his kid that's his friend from the youth center. Wan Shi, if Dr. Melvi catches you skimming sleep again, she's definitely gonna confiscate your wish cards. Wan Shi is standing by the Viennese blinds for the ward. Freckles' words make him somewhat displeased. When I grow up, I'll get rid of the system I'll get rid of the system where they take back wish cards. Once you get one, it's yours. No taking it back. Why do you do this every night? You look pretty tired yourself. I have nightmares. What kind of nightmares? I don't quite understand yet. Lost in thought, Wan Shi runs his fingers across the Viennese blinds. Through the gaps, he can see Babylonia's artificial dome scattered with stars. Even the mere thought of those dreams make him sick to his stomach. Syringes, test tubes, massive machinery, bloodstained labs, and mountains of corpses. He never understood what any of it meant. His mother had never had the chance to tell him. From the bottom of his heart, he wishes he could forget it all. Aunt Melvi said I should just forget about them. When we grow up, we'll be able to forget our childhood memories. Forget all the bad dreams, and only keep the beautiful memories on Earth. I'd rather remember everything. I forgot where I came before the amputation. I won't remember what it felt like to walk. Don't your current memories mean anything to you? You're so eager to forget everything. I finished chapter 31 a couple weeks ago. It hit so hard that I took a long break from the story and did the DMC chapter. Prepare yourself for this. Definitely my top one, with Lucio always my favorite. Oh yeah, you gotta give props to the girl who's on the logo. I mean, everyone is saying chapter 31 is like the depression chapter, and a lot of people agreed and said the same thing that you were saying, that they took a break from the chapter or from the story because of how fucked up it was. Y'all better be worth the fucking chapter with what it is. Y'all been hyping it up for months now. I'm right there, and I'm reading it tomorrow, because once we're done with this, just like I said, this chapter's on a Wednesday. We usually stream Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, but I streamed today because what the fuck was I saying? Oh, because I was slumped midstream, and I'm like, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna end off on that. So I came back today to finish this chapter. So that way we're ready to go for Thursday tomorrow, because that's when we do chapter 31. But y'all have been setting it up for months now, and if it does not live to the hype, I'm gonna be pissed. Loki setting you up because now if this chapter doesn't live to the hype, exactly. Like this chapter, chapter 31 has to fucking hit. If it does not hit, or if it does not live up to my expectations of what it's gonna be, I'm gonna be very disappointed and sad and pissed, because it's like, what happened here? Y'all said it was gonna be good, but it's not. Or it was good, but it was not what I thought it'd be. Nanami will save the day, currently starting her chapter as well, along with Yada. Also do my best to watch you experience this. Oh, dude, I say this right now, so I'm very passionate about what I enjoy and what I love, and I don't use that word love very lightly, because that holds a lot of meaning, it holds a lot of weight. So when I am passionate about something that I do enjoy and I do love, like, y'all gonna get the full experience of that. Like, my reactions are very raw, very pure, and very real, because that's just me. I'm authentic like that. That's my authenticity, because when I get into something hype, y'all know I get into it. Y'all seen it before in the past. And I'm sure you'll see it in that chapter, but man, I cannot wait. So you're in for a ride when you see this experience, and I got so much more plans for this channel, for what's gonna happen, what I got coming for it. The short films that I'm making with PGR, like, they're there for the PGR, but they're also setting things up for I'm also letting little specks of things into the short film. So be on the lookout for those and kind of catch those nuggets when you can, because I have something big planned for this channel and cannot wait to show you all. Just gotta be very patient with it. But again, 31 better live up to the hype, because I've read Arknight's story, and that's dark as well. I'm actually watching the newest season right now of Arknights. That's fucking good. But I stopped playing Arknights right after, I think, Frost Nova's chapter. Just because I ended up getting caught up on a lot of things and I ended up just not having enough time to do it. But from when I was reading it, that's some crazy shit. So whether or not it lives up to the hype, like I said, it's going to be seen. It's yet to be seen, but I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I'm not taking a break like everybody else is going to be able to do it. Like, you know what? It's going to be fucked up. If it's going to get fucked up, all right, it's fucked up, but we got to keep on moving. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen with that chapter when we get to it tomorrow. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue on here. Those memories, do they matter? I just want to forget those nightmares. I want a better future, one where I have lots of friends, but no more nightmares. Through the gaps in the blinds, Wan Chi spots someone approaching him. He turns to call for Freckle, only to find an empty hospital bed. Wan Chi? Oh, okay. I fucking knew we were gonna get some type of thing here, because whenever Wan Chi, when he was a kid, first saw the blinds and actually peeked through it and saw the constructs and the adults, you know, having to carry out stretchers and all that, I'm like, I have a feeling this is kind of what it would look like. Either that or what Nanami splash art looked like when she was doing her last bow, looking through the mirror. You see the reflection. You see her, and then you see the reflection of, like, the space, but instead of the space, it's the constructs running around in stretchers and all that. So I kind of had a feeling that they were going to do this. About damn time they did. They should have done it way before then, but I understand why they did now. A person who was not supposed to be there taps on the window. It's time to wake up. Mom? I wasn't sleeping. Another person forces their way next to Wanshu and gives the window 2 knocks as well. Get up already. Why do you always stay up so late? You're still a kid and need to sleep, and you need good sleep to grow up. More and more people gather outside the window, Pela with his blue-purple hair, Professor Chiron, and Thompson with his wrist protection device. Without realizing it, Wan Chi presses against the window, eyes wide open, trying to get a good look at them. I can't get out. I don't want to leave either. I want to look at you all a little longer. I might never see you again in the dreams after this. You got this, man. Don't forget to take some time for yourself too. Either way, glad you're really passionate about this kind of stuff too. I am, man. I want to bring my passion to the world for the world to see. And I thank the man upstairs for allowing me this chance to do it. And I thank the man upstairs for giving me this gift to show to the world. And I'm just super grateful for that. Just very, very grateful. No matter what, I'm always grateful. And of course, I do take time for myself. Don't worry, I do take some time for myself. As much as I continue to haul ass on getting content out, haul ass on planning, I also know I need to take a step back and be in the present moment. Like, whew, we're doing a little too much now. Let's give myself a little grace here and take a rest. But here we go.
Don't fall asleep here.
The construct pounds for a while, then lets out a resigned sigh, as if accepting his fate.
Looks like I won't be able to break this thing after all. Well, damn. I'll leave it to someone else.
Who?
That future you've been dreaming of.
After Shorthall finishes his sentence, the ground violently shakes, almost knocking Guanchi off his feet. A wave of heat tears through the ward's walls and windows. Guanchi squirts and stumbles backward. Fortunately, the blinding light has not damaged his eyes. Hey! Oh, got the whole team here. That's crazy. You got Kamu, Kamui, Chrome, and you got Wan Chi. That's fucking awesome, dude. Once outside, his eyes adjust to new light. He stares in shock at the completely transformed scene outside. As far as the eyes can see, the air is filled with dancing flames and floating ash of the battlefield. Yet amidst these ruins of the future, 4 constructs stand their ground, unwavering. The construct in white at the front extends a hand toward him, murmuring softly.
This is the future I've been longing for.
Wan Shi! Wan Shi!
He feels himself being lifted up, then placed onto something that keeps swaying and bumping. This feeling is all too familiar to him, exactly when he was carried out of the ruins years ago. After Wan Shi feels like he has slept enough, he slowly opens his eyes in response to the calls.
Oh, that was crowd wooties.
Oh, great. I finally made it in time. Huh?
Wan Shi! You're finally awake! Wan Shi's audio sensors take a heavy blow as the blondie construct faces suddenly appears in sight, so close that he can almost count every speck of dust on Wan Shi's face.
Kamui?
You really gave us the fright! If Commandant had told us you were sleeping, Captain would have carried you all the way back to Babylonia, no matter what! Wan Shi sits up and takes his surroundings. Dawn breaks over the wilderness as the transport vehicle drives on. Sitting in the back of the truck, he finds himself under the watchful eyes of both Strike Hawk, teammates, and the Commandant.
Glad you're awake. We're all exhausted.
Commandant said that during your mission, some archive memory data on your mind was triggered. Huh. Good thing they explained everything clearly. Otherwise, Kamui would have blamed himself for years.
We're talking about mind issues here. Of course I'd think about that time with the spiked pillow. I literally thought I knocked something loose in your head.
So, you finally realized how dangerous that thing could be?
Kamui hovers over Wan Shi like a worried puppy, checking him over and over again. Are you really alright? Are you sure?
Don't worry, I'm fine. Just feeling a bit dizzy. Dizzy in my mind, that's all.
After effects.
Wan Shi nods.
There might be other symptoms too, like falling into sleep mode uncontrollably at random times.
Seeing everyone's look of understanding, Wan Shi cannot help but add another comment.
I mean, it's literally.
Everyone's expressions darken in unison.
Once we're welcome, Babylonia, the first thing to do is getting you to our to come with the Star of Life. Roger that. Speaking of which, how are the others?
Everyone's fine. Igor arrived just in time to provide support. Rosetta went with them to escort the wounded to a new temporary shelter.
A new temporary shelter? Have they already finished relocating both conservation areas?
Yes. Liv and Lee have finished helping relocate the residents from Conservation Area 189. Conservation Area 192 was evacuated earlier, and everything went smoothly.
Wan Shi looks back at the transport vehicle. In that direction, the red tide has already devoured the abandoned research facility. Soon, both human conservation areas all vanish as well.
Wan Shi, we need to head to a new shelter to regroup with the others.
Wan Shi calmly turns around to look at everyone aboard the transport vehicle. The punishing will devour this place, erasing many things we call memories, but humanity will build a new home elsewhere, and people will always create new memories together. People will set down their belongings and equipment at the new temporary shelter, enduring a difficult period of reconstruction. After that, they will erect a new punishing central purification filter and build a new housing, and by then, Babylonia will also send its constructs down to assist with the construction. Alright, let's head to a new place. Daylight floods the sky as people bustle in and out of the hastily erected military tents. Thanks to the scouts' early detection of the red tide activity, the evacuation proceeded smoothly. Apart from any unavoidable property losses and harassment from head recruiters along the way, no other issues arose. Most people managed to remain emotionally composed as they throw themselves into the new construction effort. After a brief report to Babylonia, you finally have time to address Liv's worried gaze.
Don't move your left hand yet. Yes, hold that position. The wound is quite deep, and regular repair gel can only serve as an emergency treatment. We'll need to protect it with this method for now. This might hurt a bit, Commandant.
As soon as Liv speaks, she swiftly wraps the medical bandage around the human's forearm. The disinfecting gel is pressed onto the wound by the wrapping, spreading a searing burn to the area. We can either fuck with her and say ouch, or we can just say this is nothing. We'll do it. Ouch.
Sorry, Commandant. Please bear with it for a moment. I wish I had been by your side then.
No, Liv. I would have rather you stayed away from that. You wouldn't have liked that.
Downhearted, Liv lowers her head. Liv departed early with the first few evacuation teams, with plans to return before daybreak. However, before dawn could even arrive, Grey Raven received news that their commandant had gone missing during a new operation. With the heart heavy with worry, Liv rushed to provide support as soon as she finished relocating the refugees. When she saw her commandant safe for Strikehawk and tightly clasped the commandant's hand in hers, her tension finally eased. Liv! You are so precious! I might not be able to finish your live stream since it's pretty late for me here. Loving your passion, dude. The next few levels for this chapter is pretty nice. Take care, dude. Yes, sir. Hey, Unknown! I thank you for watching while you were here. Thank you for the tip on the boss fight. And I hope you enjoy your night, your morning, or good evening, wherever you may be. We'll see you around. Thanks for coming to the stream. And if you want to see more, like I said, I'll be here just streaming PGR Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. So you will have to converge that to your time. But anyhow, take care. Get some good rest. We'll see you around. Ladies and gentlemen, let's continue on with this chapter.
Lucia is still in Babylonia. She finally finds relief upon receiving news of your safe return.
Yeah, I've already contacted her to let her know I'm safe.
Thankfully, Rosetta and Wan Chi were there.
Commandant! Lee burst into the tent, his visual module instantly logging onto the two figures seated by the entrance.
I'm fine, Lee.
Despite Wan Chi and Liv's thorough treatment of the wounds, Lee's brows furrowed deeply at the sight of the puncture marks and bruises left by the device. Lee's silent stare fills the tent with a heavy atmosphere until the human gently passed the back of his hand, slightly easing the tension.
Relax. I've been very careful and being very careful about my safety.
After fighting countless battles side by side, the team concerned for their commandant has become crystal clear, so the human is also upholding their creed of cherishing one's own life. I'm glad you understand, Commandant. Fortunately, this research facility is just an abandoned stronghold of ascendants and defectors. A direct encounter with any real threats would have made the situation far less manageable.
Even so, there's still plenty of work that needs to be dealt with.
Besides submitting a detailed mission report, Wan Chi would likely need to provide access to his memory data. With the collapsed research facility now submerged in the red tide, Wan Chi's memories are the most concrete evidence of what happened there.
As for Wan Chi's after effects, we'll need further confirmation on specific symptoms.
At the mention of Wan Chi, the Graven members simultaneously turned to look at the corner of the military tent.
Strikehawk is helping out there. Let Wan Chi rest here for now.
With all these people coming and going, he hasn't woken up?
Dragon Destroyer! Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hope you're having a good one so far. How are you? Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Wednesday stream, it's a bit weird, but hey, we're finishing up the chapter and we'll be ready to roll for chapter 31 Thursday, tomorrow. Super excited to get onto that. How am I doing? Pretty well, actually. I'm not as tired. I'm not as sleepy as I was yesterday. I feel a lot more spunk. I feel more energetic now, knowing that I've learned a couple things. I learned to not eat before I stream, because when I eat, I get very groggy, sluggish, and that food belly ends up playing its part because I end up being very sleepy, very slumped, and then on top of that, going to the gym for the first time back in 2 weeks, that also played its part. But I'm feeling good now. Got water in me. I haven't eaten yet, but that's also really good that I haven't eaten yet, because I'm able to be more active and actually read the story and not forget half the shit that was happening yesterday. So it's been very good. The stream's been going good. We're moving along very slowly. We're almost done with this chapter, so I'm glad to see that we're making good strides. I'm doing quite well so far. Thanks for asking. Of course. Happy to see that you're doing well. And as long as you're well rested, that's what matters. Merry virtual hugs. Yes, sir. Hey, we're doing good. I'm feeling a lot better now, like I said. I'm actually not hungry despite me not eating. And I'm gonna get me something to eat before I go to bed. That way, when I do eat a lot, then I can just pass the fuck out on bed and be able to be good. So it's been going good so far. But glad you're here. You're just on time. We're on the finishing end of this chapter. We got like 3 more episodes, I think. But after that, we're ready to go for chapter 31 tomorrow, and I'm super excited to see what's gonna happen there. All right, here we go.
He should still be asleep. He's exhausted.
The conversation about Wan Shi is cut short by the piercing wail of an infant from the entrance. Whoa, who are you? You are new, and that's Vanessa. Okay, she got a new construct with her. Don't know who you are. Okay.
Why is she crying again? Hold her properly. She's only a few months old. Drop her and you're fired. No, I don't want leave. I'm staying with Ygritte no matter what.
Amidst the baby wails and the girl's frustration and whimpers, a silver-haired figure strides in with arms crossed.
Well, if it isn't all familiar faces.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm digging the outfit. I'm digging the hair. I'm digging the colors. Right, I really like the colors. I like the glove too. That's cool. Ooh, okay. I like this. I like the outfit we got going here. Pretty cool. Huh. I don't know your name, but I'm sure we'll know it here in a few minutes.
Oh, it really is the Grey Raven. Is that a new recruit from Ygritte?
Upon hearing Liv's words, everyone's attention shifts to the colorful construct standing behind Vanessa. Holding the infant who is waving her tiny hand, she moves right up to Liv's face, causing the unusually composed Liv to take a couple steps back. What? Liv is a kid! You're good with kids!
Hi there! I'm not exactly new here anymore. You must be Liv, right? Vanessa told me about you. Your collar is so pretty. What is it made of? And those buttons are so sparky.
Through tears, the infant reaches out with tiny hand, trying to grab the buttons on Liv's outfit.
Leia, stop making a fool of yourself. Go somewhere else to stay. Go find somewhere else to stay.
So it's Leia. Also, she is an amazing looking construct, and Vanessa. Vanessa, I don't mind Vanessa. She's actually a really good character. Yes, she may be embodying the Turu Sundere, but it works. It works. Yes, she is a little mean, and yes, she did fuck Liv over, which I have not forgiven of, but she's not bad. Vanessa casually pulls up a chair and sits down in front of the human.
I haven't even had the chance to say hello. We have just gotten the people from Conservation Area 190 to the shelter when we were immediately dispatched to bail you and those temporary squad members out. By the time I got back to Valenio, this whole ordeal is going to add a few extra pages to my mission report. So tell me, after dragging everyone through all this trouble and getting yourself into such a state, what glorious deeds have you accomplished?
Wah! The baby wailing has likely interrupted what was surely going to be a long lecture from Vanessa.
Maybe you should help her out.
Leave her be. She's the one who insisted on saving that little one. Let her deal with it herself. Must be from spending those days with Leia. They're exactly alike. Both are so clingy and never let you go.
Wah! Wah! Wah!
Leia, can't you keep her quiet for just a moment?
Despite Vanessa's constant pouting, Leia stands her ground as she shouts back in protest.
I wish I could. She's well-fed and unharmed, so why on earth is she still crying? If you can't even handle this simple task, I'll have the other one take over and watch.
I do like a drippo, if anything, yes. Papa Toe Pop, hello! Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Hope you're having a good one so far. Welcome to the stream. I don't believe I've seen you before. Hope you like my voices of a baby crying. But anyhow, I hope you're having a good one. Dude, Leia is such a character. I like this. It's very needed. It's very much needed. You need that type of flamboyant, energetics type beat It's so needed. You don't see it really that often now. The only time we saw it was with Lucille and God, but never forgotten. No, you can leave it to Bamanata, but not her. Every time that baby cries, she thinks she's done something wrong. After a few rounds of that, she'll definitely go kill herself. Wow! What the?
The other one? Could they mean another newcomer?
Hey Vanessa, that's what your mama had to deal with when she had you. That is true. That is true. She did have to deal with it. She did have to deal with that a lot, especially when Bamanata first came in. Egret has been understaffed for a long time, but during a recent training exercise, word spread that they finally returned to their full roster of 3 constructs. Naturally, everyone who spread or heard of the news was completely taken aback. I can't hold her still. She keeps climbing higher and higher. Amidst the deafening chaos, Vanessa closes her eyes, the pain evident on her face. It is the first time anyone has seen her like this. A glimmer of respect shows in Liv's eyes as she looks at Layla. The baby squirms energetically in Layla's arm. The people at the conservation area clearly kept her well fed, and her legs are so strong that she's almost kicking her way out of her swaddle.
Let me help.
Let me do it. Oh! I'm gonna say I'm good with kids. My mother calls me the baby whisperer. That is not a brag, that is literally a thing. I do take good care of kids because when they cry, I pick them up and they're fine. Now, the only problem is that my niece is fucking scared of me, which fucking sucks. Because anytime I try to pick her up, she cries and runs away and goes to her aunt. I'm like, well, damn! The construct in white has suddenly appeared behind the group, opening his arms toward the baby.
Wan Shi.
Yeah, I'm awake. Leave it to me. I used to work in the neonatal ward.
Oh, thank you so much.
Wan Shi takes the baby with the professional care, looking experienced. Now that someone has taken the time bomb away, Vanessa's expression finally softens a bit.
Back to business. We were working with Rosetta just now. The original plan was to escort the wounded to the new shelter.
Bro, why is your niece scared of you? You're such a wholesome, nice-looking guy. I think it's because of my hair. I think she's scared of my hair. Like when my hair looks like a lion's mane, so like I have a feeling that's what's scaring her. She's not used to like that much hair because her dad and her mom, well, her mom has long hair, but it's not less like poofed out as mine, and the dad has like a buzz cut. So I think that's it. I think it's my hair that scares her. So, but she finally actually let me pick her up without crying, so that was a big plus. But then again, she went back to running away and crying again. So. Oh well, she'll come around eventually. The journey was rough, and our transport vehicle was attacked.
What?
Vanessa flashes a teasing smirk.
Oh, nothing serious. I can't tell if you're lucky or what. I was expecting some major crisis, but I walked in. I found your team fretting over such minor wounds. Better treat them quick before they heal on their own.
Vanessa?
Oh, look at you all worked up. Take it easy, will you? I've changed the plan and have Rosetta deliver the experimental data and documents to Babylonia ahead of schedule. Better than having Virtue swoop down from above, thinking they can get their hands on whatever they want down there.
Bro, I wish I had your natural talent with kids. Kids are more afraid of me than anything. I think it's because of my long ass hair and beard. Hey, you know what? That's alright though. That's alright, because when they get older, they'll be like, wow, you got a beard and hair. And next thing you know, they're going to be tugging on it and be like, ooh, that hurts, but I'm glad you're interacting with me. Scared of the old Colin Kaepernick? Of the old Colin Kaepernick? Oh, that's crazy. The old Colin Kaepernick. Wow. That is fucking awesome. Character development, at least. Yes, very, very true.
The higher-ups must be in complete chaos by now. And I've heard Wan Shi's memory data is crucial. Neither you nor Wan Shi have received orders to return to Babylonia yet, right?
Yeah, I figured so.
It's still unclear on who's trying to cover things up or who's trying to take advantage of the situation. Still, even though we don't know who's dragging things out, you've got a group of elite constructs around you now. Nothing should happen right under everyone's watch. Well, observation area. None of this would even matter then. So many settlements vanished during the Punishing Crisis. Having grown up in the Babylonia, there were things even I couldn't imagine until I actually came down to the surface.
Vanessa, who rarely speaks of herself, shares these unusually personal words. Perhaps his first true understanding of life on the surface has also come from some personal experience in a disaster. Seeing how far he's willing to go for those troublesome kids now, I guess I can guess what happened. Yup. Hell yeah. This is what we like to see. This is all worth it. Following Vanessa's gaze through the busy crowd, there stands the construct in white, still gently soothing the infant. Hush, little baby, close your eyes. Have a peaceful sleep on the rocking boat. Grow up slowly, one step at a time. While she cradles her gently, rocking her back and forth with care until her piercing cries gradually fade away. As her tiny hands wave about aimlessly, Wan Chi silently brings his face closer, letting her feel his bionic skin. Soon, the infant nuzzles trustingly against the construct's chest and drifts off to sleep. Remembering the memory of fragments you had seen within Wan Chi's mind, you keep your distance, worried that you may disturb this precious moment of peace. So when you know it's worth it. Oh, excuse me! Excuse me, please, let me through! Just then, several constructs burst into the tent, frantically rummaging through everything in the corners. Where are the meds? I remember I moved them here. Relax, they can't disappear. You'll check that shelf while I look over there. The young yet composed construct flies past Wan Chi, who was holding a baby in the corner. After briefly searching through the wooden crate, he rises to check the other side. Wan Chi and Liv would be the best babysitters. Yes, they would. They really would. Oh, sorry, I almost stepped on you. Shh, it's okay. Upon seeing the baby sleeping in Wan Chi's arms, the construct quickly covers his mouth, but the moment Wan Chi looks up, his eyes widen in shock. Yes? Are you... Mr. Doctor? The young construct drops to a crouch before Wan Chi in one swift motion, his voice trembling with disbelief. Nathan. Do you remember me? Wan Chi can barely recognize him. His mind drifts back to that dawn from years ago. Lying among the gun smoke and ruins, he watches the rising sun in despair, muttering one final plea to save just one life, even if only one. If you haven't given us those medical supplies back then and rescued us from the stronghold, I might have already died. Nathan tries to contain his surging excitement as he speaks. Now, this is... Correct me if I'm wrong, but Nathan is one of the kids that was in that orphanage, right? That his mother saved? Nathan tries to contain his surging excitement as he speaks. Wan Chi can only stare at him in a daze, almost forgetting to pat him, the infant in his arms. This baby from the conservation area, 190. Let me take care of her. I'm stationed there. Hearing these words, Wan Chi seems to finally snap back to reality, nodding slowly as he carefully passes the infant to Nathan. All right. Thank you. Nathan adjusts the baby's swaddling claws. Soon, the tiny floral-padded boats begin to rock once more. Nathan was the boy Wan Chi gave the medicine to in the town. Oh, okay. He was one of the kids that was rescued from the town that presumed dead at the stronghold that Wan Chi and Conway were deployed to. I was gonna say I knew he was either at that orphanage or the town. I just didn't remember the town because I did remember that Nathan was protecting one of the kids on top of that. And yeah, that's all coming back to me now. That's right. Okay, good to know. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Hush, little baby, close your eyes. Have a peaceful sleep on the rocking boat. Grow up slowly, one step at a time. Nice. Okay. I gotta use the restroom really quick because I'm not gonna be able to hold this in when we do this episode. And yeah, I'm gonna go use the restroom. Make sure you all get some water in you, get some food in you, and then we continue on with this chapter.
Alright, I'm back.
Let us continue on. We are 2 episodes away before this is being over. All right, here we go. Episode 24, The Present in Essence. After going through detailed inspection procedures and navigating numerous corridors, you finally stop in front of a sealed laboratory. With his back to the window, Asimov is working on some laboratory equipment while Wan Shi lies on the examination bed. Connected to the mind monitoring devices, the screen displays the current stability of his mind readings. The previously stable connection subtly shows an abnormal fluctuation, and Wan Shi's eyes flutter in response. Asimov walks out soon after noticing the Grey Ribbon Commandant. Perfect timing. I need to tell you something about Wan Shi's condition. Ever since receiving his new frame, he's been unconsciously accessing new sealed memory data from time to time. Thankfully, you performed a deep dive to stabilize Wan Shi's mind in time. Otherwise, the sheer volume and disorganization of the data would be enough to kill him through mind disruption. The memory data no longer poses a threat to him, but I can still detect fluctuations in the mind. He must have told you about his condition, those momentary blackouts. It's essentially just a brief, uncontrolled stasis.
Is this some kind of unusual after effect?
You can think of it that way. While it doesn't significantly affect his daily life, we must take this seriously for the sake of his future combat operations. I've run through thorough examination. The triggering appears to be a momentary disruption in his memory data, which has destabilized his memory storage system.
So it all comes down to his memory data.
The mind disruption burst he experienced at the research facility was too severe. Even though you managed to stabilize him in time, this kind of irreversible damage was to be expected. At least irreversible with our current technology.
Is there any way we can treat this, even partially? Like temporarily switching back to his old frame?
There are 2 solutions. The simplest one is temporarily reverting to the old frame. It's the standard method for dealing with mind deviation. We've tried it already, but it doesn't work for Wan Shi. Another suggestion is to restore an external memory module data. We have Babananta from Egret as the president? Yeah. If we try something similar with Wan Shi, the result should be more stable. After all, Wan Shi's condition isn't as complex as Babanata's. However, using an external module was worth sacrifice. Too much of Wan Shi's memory data. At the very least, we would lose the ability to recall memories freely. Wan Shi himself has made it clear that he won't accept it.
Wan Shi.
After disconnecting from the monitoring device, Wan Shi walks over. It is hard to imagine him firmly rejecting anything. Still, having delved into Wan Shi's mind before, you can somewhat understand how he feels. So many people had out traces of their existence erased. If the memory data about them is moved to external storage, wouldn't that mean that they have vanished completely from the world? Besides these 2 options, Asimov and I want to try a third approach.
A third approach.
Asimov pulls up a document and gives a human a brief look at the publicly available research topics from a particular project group. This project group was established by the Science Council a few years ago, specifically to study various types of mind disruption and constructs. Unlike most previous mind research, this project is specifically focused on medical applications, working in close collaboration with the Store of Life. I've asked around. Wan Shi's condition is quite unique. There aren't any similar cases in this project group yet. So we need to make a decision. Would you be willing to assist in clinical laboratory research project on mind as the first case study? It'll be clear up front. I'll be clear up front. This first critical case always carries significant risk, and complete recovery cannot be guaranteed. I've seen many constructs deliver with mind deviation after effects. If we can use this opportunity to find new treatment methods for similar mind damage symptoms, we could help far more constructs than just myself. Whatever the odds, whatever the future holds, I know that this choice, right here, right now, is the right one. Seeing Wan Shi's serious expression, Asimov nods in response. I can still guarantee some things don't need to be so serious, and you don't need to look so worried either. Asimov puts up another document. This is the newly approved administrative measures on clinical trial from Parliament. It emphasizes that the primary consideration in clinical trials is that the rights and safety of the test subjects. Before research is carried out, all experiment plans must be approved by the Ethics Committee. A strict ethical review needs to be performed and consent must be collected. The regulatory system will oversee the entire research process. The text flows smoothly as Asimov's fingers glides across it, concise, meticulous, and clear. These are the principles everyone must abide by. Humanity must have realized this by now. No proposition outweighs the survival of human civilization. After Wan Shi finishes reviewing the documents, Asimov leaves a final remark.
This weapon was meant to be a benefit to our era, but some have used it against the wrong targets. Now it's time for someone to wield it as intended.
Science marches forward, and the refinement of human civilization continues without pause. The pruning of excess and erosionist branches is always required before new buds can grow in the spring. If there are no more other questions, Wan Chi's treatment should begin shortly. Thanks. No problem. We're just treating the after effects left by the old mine project. As for the rest, we'll leave it in time. Asimov gathers his fires, preparing to leave. Where are you heading next? Getting some rest?
No, there's one more place I need to visit.
We're going to the youth center. Ah, okay. It is a rest day for Babylonia residents, and students have no classes. Children from the youth center gather in the hall, running past constructs with familiar ease, some even stopping by to say hello. A human and the construct sit together on a bench in the hall, basking in the clear sunlight streaming down from the artificial sky. Constructs were almost never seen here before, but now they're a common sight.
Grey Raven occasionally gave some requests from the youth center as well.
Well, that's good. When Shorthall first came to the youth center, even I was wary of him.
Shortheart?
I've handed over all the Shorthall belongings I found in the research facility to Varelia. The mention of Shorthall brings to mind a conversation with Varelia, the commandant of Scarab, back when you were sold the ground. Everyone is still busy at the temporary shelter, but when Scarab's communication comes through, you answer it immediately.
Varelia.
The projection flickers violently, barely showing the woman's black hair. Varelia must be on a mission. Oh, okay, so that's Varelia. Okay, hey, that's pretty interesting. She got a shiesty, half shiesty on. She got her hair black, and she dressed for the occasion. Okay. Realizing the call is connected, the projection stabilizes for a moment before a tall, commanding figure appears before everyone. Varelia cuts straight to the question without looking to the human surroundings. I heard of news about Shortheart. Cut the nonsense. Tell me straight. Is he dead?
Yes.
Upon confirming the death of her squad member, Varelia falls into a long, heavy silence. Make some noise for Rio. So the limbs are the Shortheart I found back then. Were they removed by the defectors? It's probably meant to bait you. At some point, Wan Chi has moved next to the human, answering Varelia's question. Wan Chi, were you the one who solved this case? I still have some candy that Shorthall gave me. I'll give it to you when we get back. Candy? The ones you gave him before? I understand. I'll come get it from you when you're back in Babylonia. I have no further questions. Varelia accelerates once more, rushing toward her next mission. Well, wait, I have another question. Say it. A long time ago, you mentioned a video recording of Shortheart. That was the last piece of news Wan Chi has heard about Shortheart before his disappearance. Varelia slows down again. She studies Wan Chi's face carefully and hangs up. Before ending the call, she leaves Wan Chi with one last message. Nothing important. Just a lame joke. I mean, yeah, true. He did say it was a joke. She looks awesome. She does. She looks fine and she looks awesome. She woo. The hair and the eyes. Yes, sir. I walked my way step by step to finally say goodbye to him. There would be others who heard those things more than I do, but I knew too well. Especially after speaking with Varelia. Varelia took it without much saying, just like always. Wan Chi lowers his head, though lost in thought.
Speaking of which, I wonder what Scarab has been up to lately. Varelia is the only one I know from Scarab. She certainly left quite an impression.
I guess so. The human tries to divert the conversation from the heavy topic. Wan Chi thinks for a while before something crosses his mind. I heard Shiva's been learning how to pilot transport shuttles. Shiva. I feel like we've heard that name before. That's all I know. As the two are chatting, the girl suddenly bounds up to Wan Chi and greets him with an uninhibited enthusiasm.
Brother Wan Chi, you're here!
Huh? Oh, I remember you. Upon seeing the familiar child, Wan Chi instinctively rummages through his pouch for snacks, but suddenly stops.
What's wrong?
Last time I gave snack to this children, I got scolded by the volunteers. A curl of hair drops on Wan Chi's head as he explains to the girl with a hint of regret. There are a lot of visitation procedures now, but next time I'll ask your teacher to bring you some snacks. You can share them with the other kids. Wanchi! Oh, that was a girl. You and Wanchi turn around together, see a wide-haired female volunteer shouting while pointing at Wanchi's hand, which is still buried in his pouch. Is that Natalie? Wanchi! She just lost a decayed baby too. Stop giving her sweets.
Who's that? I feel like I've seen her before.
Natalie pulls out 2 sets of casual clothes with volunteer badges from the shelf and tosses them over. We grew up together at the youth center. You might have seen her at the Star of Life. She's a doctor there. The fact that my memory with names is worse than my gaming skills is humiliating. Nah, it's alright. I'm bad with names too. I gotta put a picture to the name, then I'll be like, oh, okay, I know you are. Occasionally, during maintenance sessions, Strike Club members would say hello to her. She's already so busy with work, I wonder where she finds the time to volunteer. Ouch! Natalie gives Wanchi a hearty pat on the back, sending him stumbling forward a few steps. Don't act like you've got time to spare. You're here just as often. Get going. Maka's still waiting for you. While walking away, Natalie throws a quick question at the Grave Raven Commandant. Did you come with Wanchi to visit Maka? Do you have an appointment?
I wanted to check up on Cassette. She was brought in by Liv earlier.
Cassette? Ah, the child that they brought back from the surface. Maka told me about her quite a few times. Follow me. Before Natalie can finish her sentence, a boy bounces out from a nearby door and pounces on Wanchi. Brother Wanchi! Hey, slow down. Don't you know, Brother Wanchi? After my lost surgery, Natalie cleared me for running. Now I'm just like the superheroes from those old movies. Cool, right? I sound like a clown, but that's alright. Maka puffs out his chest proudly, pointing at the special device mounted there. Wanchi, Maka is just like the other kid now. Natalie crosses her arms as she looks at the energetic boy in front of her with a satisfied smile. Even my mentors found his condition challenging. I never expected we'd discover a new clinical solution so quickly. I see. Much faster than I expected. Oh no, what is this unholy Mickey Mouse boy? Unholy Mickey Mouse boy. You know, hey, it's the kid's voice. I've done it before. I've done a kid's voice like that before, so it's been like that. It'll be the norm. Good news always arrives much sooner than Wanchi has anticipated. During the brief period before returning to Babylonia, Strikehawk stays tightly together as they carry out the reconnaissance mission. Especially for Wanchi, during the mission, the captain demands that he stays with the group at all times without exception. Why did you suddenly care about Wanchi so much? People got investigated. Oh! A construct descent incident that Wanchi was involved in during the time as a construct doctor demanding a case to be reopened. What are they trying to hide something or obtain information? They'll do anything to get what they want. I heard they pulled up the old Parfine Port's archives or even investigating Wanchi's temporary modification. So they're trying to build a case against Wanchi? Let's focus on the mission for now. Crumb performs one final check at the local prodigy concentration before touching his terminal to submit the report. All remaining kennel creatures have been eliminated. Transport team is clear to advance. Please remind the volunteer doctors in your team to wear the protective suits properly. The prodigy concentration levels are still quite high along the vault ahead. Chrome glances at Wanchi as more specific instructions come through from the other side of the communication. You mean Wanchi? Chrome ends the call with a hint of surprise on his face as he had expected such good news to arrive so soon. The Grey Raven Commandant just received the news. We're coming on to Babylonia. Young asked the Commandant to relay this. Wanchi won't be added to the Purifying Force list. We can risk anything now. Oh, there's a fucking list for them to be on? That's crazy. I heard you passed along some information. An audio recording from that desertion incident. A voice message? Ah, right. Please thank her first. There's still plenty to deal with when we get back, but at least we got some good news. At last, Chrome breaks into a relaxed smile. Awesome! We can finally head back! Wanchi, I've got your sleeping pod all set up. You can try it out as soon as we return. You haven't been stashing anything in there, have you? Definitely no more weird pillows. You'd already gotten chewed about for it. At Kamari's cheer, the transport fleet springs into action. One after another, vehicles pass by before the Strikehawk members carrying engineering staff and volunteer doctors from Babylonia. Many young faces look around with curiosity and excitement, finding novelty and even the ruins surrounding them.
This is my birthday. I'm actually setting foot on the surface. It feels so different from what I saw in the footage.
More people have come to the surface. Indeed. The volunteer doctors were the quickest to respond to Babylonian at this time, much faster than any previous mobilization. The security measures for volunteer doctors have been greatly enhanced, with support force members now leading volunteer teams. The casualty rate has been greatly reduced.
Crumb seems to be recalling a certain support operation in the past.
It's so much better now.
As the transport vehicles pass by, the Strike Hawk completes their mission and turn to leave, heading toward another place that needs protection. They are the ones who stand in the vanguard. Come on, let's go! Clear the path ahead and we can go back! Wan Shi doesn't follow him immediately, his gaze lingering on the wheel tracks in the ground and the citizen figures on the newcomers. He raises his hand up, reaching up to touch both the distant past and the future that lie beyond this moment.
Wan Shi, what are you looking at? This is the future I've been longing for. I spent a lifetime venturing forward as both a human and construct, so this is how far I've come. Spacing out again? Are you really okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry.
Wan Shi lowers his hand, turning around and catches up with his teammates.
Here I come. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, 2 more episodes. I'm gonna pray that these are fucking short. Short Hot birthday. Oh, are these his? Are these? We're gonna speed run this. The bullet leaves the chamber through the fines as Mark precisely striking the corrupted watering through the ruins.
All remains entities have been eliminated. Roger that. What about the wounded? I've moved them under cover and let signal markers. Have you found them yet? Found them. They're all stable. Emergency repairs have been completed.
Wan Shi looks back to find several wounded constructs meticulously arranged together, their eyes closed. Wan Shi is already mentally prepared, but his first glance at the scene jolts him into the stark alertness.
Short Hunt, you could please stop? All right, keep heading toward my position. There are still some loose ends I need you to tie up along the way. Pull another one of those silly pranks, and I'll ask Chrome to never assign us on missions together again. Well, think you're hot stuff just because you got yourself a captain, even when we have a commandant and Scarlet. Besides, I'm just some simple cleanup boy. You could use the exercise. Simple cleanup? You mean like last time when you put 2 wounded constructs you were X's together and I played mediator for an hour?
Oh, Jesus. I'm just happy Wan Shi is in a better place and in peace after all of this. Yes, he finally is at peace with everything.
Isn't that easier than fighting? But now that you mention those weirdos, I heard they actually teamed up with to file a complaint against you. Seriously? Short Heart? Yeah, I get it. I'll be more careful from now on. This is the last time, I promise. I left some unfinished business at the previous location. I've gotten too far to turn back now. You'll have to help me clear it up. Fine, I'm a scout. Next time I'll insist on taking point. Sure, fine. I won't complain about what mess you leave behind.
Wan Shi abruptly cuts off the communication. He contacts the nearby support personnel to watch over the wounded under cover, then heads towards Short Heart's location. With each step, his senses that something feels off only grows stronger. He first receives Short Heart's advance for signal that discovers numerous corrupted corpses strewn along the road. An unnatural silence hangs in the air. When he tries to connect Short Heart again, there is no response. He has not seen anyone along the way until he reaches the exact coordinates that Short Heart is supposed to be. Only a candy lies on the ground. It's kind of that Short Heart always cares with him. He bends down to pick up the tiny mint candy.
What's going on here?
He turns the candy over in his palm, examining it carefully when he notices a faint red light flickering on its surface.
Oh no.
The mint candy detonates in Wan Shi's hand, causing the mild explosion that sends him stumbling to the ground. Electricity crawls up in his mechanical arm, temporarily paralyzing his entire limb.
You actually fell for that?
Oh! Short Heart approaches from behind and helps Wan Shi up from the ground.
Short Heart? You're being very too careless. What if that been a trap left by the enemy?
How could the corrupted set up this kind of trap? Besides, I only picked it up because it belonged to you. A letting melody echoes in the mint candy.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Why do you look so surprised? Did you forget today's your birthday?
Since his modification, Wanzi has accepted that birthdays are a celebration that belongs only to humans, not to him anymore. As for the activation date, Crow mentioned that due to severe injuries, Before the modification procedures, some of his memory data could have caused serious mind deviation, so they took the opportunity to steal those memories during the modification. He has no memories of the day that he was modified. Kamui and Shorthaul's description is simple. During the refugees evacuate mission, they encountered an explosion, after which Chrome and his team then found them and carried them back to the space. The vanishing of Thompson and his teammate remains like a missing puzzle piece in the Wan Shi's memory, one he never manages to fill in. As for Shorthaul, he never mentions Wan Shi's activation date, likely almost due because of all his familiar teammates lost their lives during that mission. However, Shorthaul becomes the last friend who still celebrates Wan Shi's birthday with him.
Here's your birthday gift. Daydreaming.
Shorthaul hands over a combat-style straight blade.
Oh, thanks. Ah, what a surprise to hear that from you. I miss the old days when you said thanks, Uncle, or such a well-mannered kid you were.
Wan Shi lowers his head resignedly.
Alright, enough talk. Let's back up again. And head back. I cleared out all the corrupted up ahead and didn't leave any stragglers for you to deal with, so don't worry.
Shorthaul, why are you so celebrating my birthday? Shorthaul scratches his head.
What's there to ask? Why about? If you really want a reason, maybe it's because you think you're still young.
What?
Getting modified is like putting your time on pause. No matter how many years pass after that, as long as you don't change frames, you still stay exactly the same. But there are still people who want to keep growing along with all the memory data you've accumulated. Ugh, that just came out way too snappy.
Shorthaul shivers at his own words, then waves his hand dismissively as
I gotta power through.
here we go. Episode 26. Shorthaul this trip. This better be fucking it. Shorthaul can't believe his rotten luck. Shiva's jinx actually came true for him. At his mission destination, he ran into deserters and an ascendant. When he regains consciousness, he finds himself completely unfamiliar surroundings, his limbs all removed, and even his mind throbbing with pain.
Am I locked up here?
He carefully examines the items both inside and outside the cage, reaching a conclusion this is likely to be an abandoned research facility.
What are the Ascendants up to with this abandoned facility?
I knew you'd be here. A male construct appears in the doorway. Upon seeing Shorthaul's dismembered body, he sets down everything in his hands. Any construct in this area must be the deserter. Well, and has no time for pointless talk. Yet the figure before him seems to know who he is.
You're the captain of Scarlet, right?
Seeing Shorthaul remain silent, he introduced himself.
I'm Sawada. A long time ago, a squad went missing with you.
Sawada mentions in the squad's name one Shorthaul had seen on the casualty list.
Your entire squad should have been killed in action by now.
I'm the only one left alive. Whatever, I'm a deserter nowadays, and I'll never return to Babylonia. But I'm not here to reminisce with you. Sawada glances around cautiously before pulling several artificial limbs from the box.
Take a look. See if there's anything you can use.
Though Shorthaul is taken aback by Sawada's action, he wastes no time in identifying the usable parts. Moments later, Shorthaul rises to her feet once again and opens the prison door.
Thanks for helping our squad back then.
This is all I can do to return the favor, though.
No way out? Heavy security?
Not exactly. I've heard of successful escapes, but they force everyone into hibernation before letting them leave. Can't risk exposing ourselves. Who knows how many times we've had to relocate and find out where our robots are at. You'll have to you'll have to figure something out on your own.
You didn't choose to leave either?
Truth is, I'm sick of this place, but I've gotten nowhere else to go. If Babylonia finds me, the purifying force will eliminate me for sure.
What is this place?
An old research facility. The building has bunch of doors. The Descendants are located at the bottom level. They've been testing the mine stability on constructs lately. Those who meet the standards are taken away. None of those who were taken ever come back. I don't know what they did to them. Just as they speak, the device on Sawada's body flashes in briefly. Someone's coming. Get out of here. I'll hold them off. The newcomer is a young female construct. Shorthaul slips behind the corner, listening on the chaotic conversation between Sawada and her. Did you know? Didn't know you were here. Been looking for you. I just arrived. I'm here to watch Shorthaul. What's there to look at? He's caused a huge mess at the last place and almost exposed everyone's location. He had to remove all of his limbs for him to settle down. Not sure if he knows how to start trouble. They must be out of their minds to drag him into this mess. He might still be it might still be a handful, but who cares? Someone tested this ability of the mind and proved it useful. Once that ascendant sets his eyes on him, there's no escaping for him. Oh god, I'm seeing myself starting to fucking slip a little bit. Oh, I gotta finish this chapter. This is the last one. Gotta do it.
Huh? They've already tested his mind?
Catching the warming of Sawada's words, Shorthawk checks out all his equipment before making a swift exit. The situation appears far more complex than Shorthawk could have imagined. He waves through the massive building, narrowly avoiding or swiftly eliminating the desert constructs of patrol. The number of enemies has been taken down to reach a disturbing count, so many so that he wonders if anyone even cares about the deserted lives. He has been on the move for so long, yet not a single person seems to notice that his escape is sneak attacks. He has long lost track of how long he has been encircling the floor door, and he could see nothing but identifiable pipes and corridors. At last, he admits the eeriness of this place and decides to explore the opposite direction of the escape route. He heads down to the first basement level.
What is all this stuff?
The moment Shorthawk steps into the basement level, he can't help but let out a gasp. The basement floor is even more unsettling than above. It resembles an orphanage more than a research facility. He checks every door along the corridor, only to get more confused with each door open. Beyond the empty rooms, he finds scattered paintbrushes and dolls. A class schedule posted on the corridor wall sends chills down his spine with paper. But the paper has yellow and green brittle with age, yet many names written on it remain chillingly legible. Each name is followed by a series of ticks and crosses. He notices that the crossed-out names all end with 3 crosses.
What are they doing? What are these whites and pocket marks? The 3 mistakes and you're out? SO143, SO145.
He frowns and reads through the crossed-out serial numbers, unable to make sense of the mysterious chart. Just as he's about to look away from the class schedule, he hears a soft shush from behind.
There's someone strange about him. We need to get out of here first.
A child?
In front of the last door at the end of the corridor stands many children. He has no idea when they appeared, but none of them seem older than 10, yet their eyes are filled with weariness.
Why are you here? Who brought you in?
Knowing that this research facility Shorthawk questions the children with a mixture of shock and anger. Not answering him, the children scramble back toward the door at the end of the corridor. The girl in front looks visibly terrified of him.
I'm sorry. It's not evening break yet, and we thought we could come out and play. We'll go right back down. We promise to be good.
Don't be afraid, I won't hurt you. Come here.
I'm sorry.
We can't stay here any longer.
Seeing the terror in the children's eyes, Shorthawk realizes that something must have happened to cause such an unnatural response. With no time to hassle, he gently takes the lead girl's hand, ready to escort them all to safety. The moment his hand touches a slim wrist, he suddenly understands what happened in this place. Beneath the girl's bionic skin lies the same hard metal found in the body under her loose and white clothes, as distinctive joint structures unique to the constructs.
They won't even spell children this young?
Shorthawk catches himself before cursing in front of the children, taking a deep breath as he passes his rage.
Listen, all of you, follow me now.
Sorry, Uncle, we can't do that. The researchers here told us never listen to strangers.
Researchers, so there really are mad scientists here at the Raw, huh? Look at me, you can trust me, but just like you understand me, got it?
Shorthawk deliberately raises his arm, slowing the children and his newly assembled awkward-looking body parts.
Uncle, do you also need to attend the classes?
Only then does Shorthawk realize what the class schedule truly is. He's out of words. He only has one purpose left in his mind: getting these innocent test subject species out of here. But alarms soon blare through the corridor. He hears many footsteps approaching from the shed.
Run! We just detected him up ahead. Whatever you do, don't let that thing get near you. Better to be captured in Babylonia to be killed here than that freak. It's the researchers. They're coming.
Counting the footsteps, Shorthawk gauges the number of enemies ahead. A brutal fight seems inevitable.
We'll be spotted if we move forward. Do you know any other way out?
I don't. The cultivation area is right behind us. It's bedtime, Uncle. Let's go back.
Beads of concentration liquid from the form of Shorthawk's forehead as the footsteps and shouts draw closer.
They're gonna find us.
He pushes the child into the nearby room, which also weapons, scavenged from upstairs, and takes the position of where he and Bill middle of the corridor. Wow.
These guys have been long abandoning research ethics. They deserve to die.
In the next moment, fleeting researchers and guards in security uniforms appear before Shorthawk. Without hesitation, he opens fire. He has lost track of time. He tosses aside another broken dagger, scavenging new weapons from the bodies of researchers and security guards.
How strange. Every researcher here knows how to fight. When will this ever end? And
His mind gradually descends into chaos. Perhaps he has stayed in the building for far too long. He seems to be in the process of forgetting. He can't even remember what is on the floor above anymore. He suspects that he is experiencing symptoms of mind deviation.
if only Raleigh was here, won't she? Anyone can make my life easier.
He's lost count of how many enemies are in the research facility. No matter how many he takes down, another stream of white-coated personnel keeps rushing in, but he has no supplies, no connection to the corridor. His internal calculations system on the others on the verge of collapse. He directs the children to take shelter behind the door, the corridor, and the children say that the corridor-ation area where the children order to raise them, it should be safe for now. No new enemies are rushing for him for now. He needs to take care of his chance to catch his breath. Notably, he hears everyone screaming in terror about a monster suddenly supposed to failed test subject that hatched from some strange egg. Along the way, he comes across numerous bodies that were not killed by him. Their bodies bear massive, gruesome wounds, as if torn by the nearby larval creatures.
Seems they had quite a variety of research projects going on here. Destroyed by the very same monster they created with their own hands.
With a cynical smile, Shorthalt straightens up and checks his remaining equipment. The brief moment of peace lowers his guard. He fails to notice the enemy approaching from behind. Shorthalt! Mind deviation has not slowed. Shorthalt reflexes. He spreads around, thrusting his weapon into the enemy's chest cavity, lodging it between the ribs before withdrawing it and making a deep cross across the carotid artery. Vital fluid gutters out from the male's researcher's wound.
Another one down. So much of vital fluid. Wait, what vital fluid?
Vital fluid has soaked through the lab coat, staining it with an odd hue reminiscent of the coating on Revolution's constructs. Shorthalt squeezes his eyes shut, fighting to stabilize his mind as he recalibrates the visual module. When he opens his eyes again, he sees a familiar construct lying at his feet.
A construct? Sawada.
He looks at the construct strewn across the ground, recognizing some familiar faces from the deserter list. Ascended, struggled, deserters. An inhumane glitter rounds sound emanates from his voice module as everything before his eyes begins to warp, spin, and melt together like patterns in a kaleidoscope of oil spinning across the water. He seems to have realized something. He crawls through the long abandoned corridor, searching until he finds the stairs. Upon returning to the upper floor, he discovers that shattered incubation tanks and more remains of deserter constructs, all bearing wounds he personally inflicted. Chaotic sounds echo through his mind, shrieking like hedgehog creatures whenever he tries to identify these voices. He loses control of his body. When you get the chance, but it won't be caught by the punishing force and anything like that. It's not just me, we're all doomed. The Ascendant let out that monster. Soon, he cleaves through the panicked deserter's body, splitting open the terminal at the waist and exposing the communication components within. He is not Shorthalt. He is but a countless shattered minds, withering and tearing the swan smell of the scorpion-like construct. My teammates, they all died right in front of me, their legs blown to pieces. I must run far from the punishing battlefield, far behind, far better than the better. I just want to survive. Survive. A mind deemed stable after being fed into the Ascendant's massive furnace, recording the multi-conscious Ascendant in the preparation for a monster to give birth to the satisfactory child. The screams merge into one as they live into this twisted form, some by choice, others by force. Even the punishing biosphere joins in, the information stored inside the floods of the furnace, allowing him to witness the stories that concluded years ago to those children, those phantoms of the experimental constructs.
So I'm nothing but a phantom after all.
He looks at the damaged terminal and his standard issue Babylonian equipment. While he briefly takes control, he makes a quick decision. He leaves behind special signals, drags the remains to one spot, and marks warnings of dangers everywhere. During this time, he passes by a corrupted that's just as spectacular as he is. He finds his own voice in the barely functional terminal, leaving behind messages of potential future visions or visitors. Among these gave warnings to one wary of none other than himself. As he grows weary about to slip back into chaos, he finds candy wrapped in green paper. Finally, the cultivation area's back door, the path leading to the ending is gently places down the candy.
Alright, this is it.
It's leading a short halt, having gained some more stamina, returns to the cultivation area with the children who hear somewhere to wait. The children, seeing the reassuring construct approach, instinctively gather around him. Together they silently wait for the future that will never come. Short halt spreads his arm wide, welcoming the children. The kaleidoscope in this world opens up in front of him again. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, we have done it! We have did it. We have finally did it. We are finally on the main story. After so long, we did it. I almost passed out there, but I fucking finally did it. So fucking nice that we finally got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are finally on Shaper's Ripples. Super excited to be on it. We will be streaming that tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We did it within under 3 hours, so that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I almost passed out, but like I said, we got through it. We pushed through it. Really sad to see how Short Halt ended up being like that, but it also was cool to see how he also was attempting to try, even though he was a clone and not him. So, very interesting, very cool to see all that. Very grateful that we're finally on chapter 31 after starting in chapter 14. We're here now, so gonna be super fun to see what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna waste any more time of your guys' time. I'm gonna get on out of here. I'm gonna go get some sleep. Get ready for tomorrow. Super excited for tomorrow's stream. It's gonna be very interesting on what's gonna happen here. I cannot wait. Woo, congrats, you've officially surpassed me. You are the new story king. No, I'm not. I can't take that credit. That's all you. That's all you, king. That's all you, sir. This is very interesting what's gonna happen. But nah, you are the true story master, right? You are, not me. I'm just a traveler from what a lot of people say. But I'm a traveler who enjoys the story. Also, I'm going to say is that at the end of the day, don't let the expectations determine your enjoyment of the chapter. Swear, dude, swear. This will be the last stream since you're ahead, but I'll jump into Discord. Oh, hey, I was going to say, that's awesome. I was going to say, we won't, now that I'm forward, I'm not going to be able to, we're not going to be able to chop it up as usual, since I'm now ahead of you. But you know what? That's all right, because I can chop it up with you when you do get caught up with the chapter, and we can talk bread about it and enjoy everything with how it's gonna go. But that's all right. Carefree Dot, I enjoy all the time that you've been here. I know we're talking to Discord, and I'm sure later down the road, I'm sure we'll see each other again in the streams. But again, thank you for being here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here. One hell of a journey. We're finally on Shaper's Ripples tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We start Shaper's Ripples. I'm super excited to see what's going to happen there. It almost feels like yesterday when I found you at 6 subs. Look how far you've come. I'm so proud. I was gonna say, man. I started at 4 subs, 4 subscribers. And look at me now. I'm at 176, I believe. 176, I think. Let me double check. 177. We are 177, man. That's so unbelievable of how far we've come with this channel. And that was only 7 months ago, so it's fucking wild. And to think that I did say like one day we're gonna be right up to where we need to be. We're gonna be caught up with. We're gonna be right where chapter 31's at, and here we are. We're on chapter 31, and we still got more chapters to go. So I'm super excited to see what this future is gonna hold. Like I said, I'm hoping to be done with the Infinite Loop arc by the beginning of winter. I'm hoping to be done with that. I'm hoping to be done with Infinite Loop by the beginning of winter, starting Pilgrimage at the beginning of winter. So I'm hoping that will be very nice, and I can't wait. So. Again, Carefree Dot, thank you for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here. I am going to go to bed. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, 7 p.m., we start chapter 31, Shaper's Ripples. I'm super excited. Until then, I will see you then. I'm out. Peace.